The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Tonight, we are going to run down all the good time, all the fun, all the hugs, all the beaches that we enjoyed this weekend at Rocket Shock and the 16th annual Trick or Treat Radio Masquerade Extravaganza of Doom. But for local peeps, the Halloween fun does not end there. Located in Worcester, Massachusetts at the legendary Bowl Mansion, it is the Haunted Speakeasy. It is this Friday night, October 20th, and Saturday, October 21st. It is a little pricey, but I guarantee you it is worth every dime. And it's quite a few dimes. But you will get to see Nikki Luparelli and the Gold Diggers featuring Miss Matrix perform some songs of the Prohibition era and some modern songs in a Prohibition style. A great 9-piece band. There are going to be 20s era dancing lessons, come in costume. It's going to be spooky as all get out. That's this Friday, the 20th, at the Bull Mansion. But let's go back in time. That's in the future. Now we're going to go to Rock and Shock. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 273 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we have a fucking incredible time at Rock and Shock every year. And this year, we were joined by some awesome, special, awesome, fucking cool people.
That's true.
And we're going to talk all about that tonight at some point. But let's get into tonight's show, since we've gotten way off the rails in the last few episodes early on. Let me quickly get to what we're doing tonight. Mars, I told you to turn your phone off already.
I turn it on so I get a text I was waiting for.
And this week, we are going to be reviewing Cult of Chucky, the latest installment in the Child's Play series. And we're going to talk about that. And then we're just going to shoot the shit about Rock and Shock the whole weekend, about the Trick or Treat Radio Masquerade Extravaganza on Friday night. It featured the Deadites, Teal, and the Agents of Chaos. And then we're going to talk about the rest of the weekend at Rock and Shock with some awesome folks. So looking forward to that. If anyone is listening live that partook in the event or saw it from afar, whether you're looking at pictures or whatever on social media, give us a ring and let us know what you thought of the show if you were there, or just, I guess, hard to kind of give an estimation of what it would have been like if you weren't there, but
Yeah.
But still, we want to hear from you guys. So if you want to, send it to podcast@trickortreatradio.com, or you can go ahead and tweet at us at the Deadites. And that goes for any time, any old time you want to get in touch with us.
Any old time you want
Please
to
do.
talk to us, call us up and we'll be there. Trick or Treat Radio. Ba-ding.
Well, we'll get to give our number down. Is that what you're saying?
That's our new logo song.
It's our new logo?
No, a new logo, like a song, like a good agent, State Farm is there. That's
Oh, it's a
they
jingle.
They don't sponsor us.
That's a jingle.
Yeah, there's a jingle. Sorry, Mr. Bo Jingles over there.
So we got some awesome folks already hanging out in the chat room. Looks like we got Leanna, we got Cecil. We got we got Aries and Leanna round 2.
Taipei Deathmatch. Taipei Deathmatch.
We got Julie Meow Meows. We got Drive Jacket Mark.
Keep my mouth shut.
And Lost in Atlantis.
Hi there.
And I think that's all the people that have spoken so far. Leanna says, I don't think you guys want Millennial Debate 2.0, though.
I think it sounds like she's been preparing.
Not yet anyways. We have too much Too many good things to talk about this week. So that
Whiskey Whiskers over there.
Whiskey Whiskers. And we do have a special guest that's going to be joining us in just a moment. And
Flying. I'm taking my pants off.
You're going to take your pants off?
Yeah.
Why don't you take them off and tell the folks how you're taking them off while I call our guest?
Well, they are typical, maybe I think the kids might call them skinny jeans sort of thing. So I will
Kind of like chinos.
unbutton the fly. No, not chinos. I'm going to unbutton the button, then I'm unzipping the fly. I am pulling. I am pulling my pants down to reveal that I was not wearing good underwear for tonight.
No.
So.
Good underwear or just underwear?
No, I have underwear on, but I don't like the way my legs look in boxer briefs.
I hate boxer briefs.
My package looks phenomenal, but
Yeah.
it's exaggerated. It's not real.
I hate boxer briefs. They just
You had
shove
boxer
everything.
briefs when you took your pants off here the
No,
other
they
day.
Oh well, that's the only pair I had, and it's the only pair that was clean. So that's the one more
That's what's
pair I
happened to
wore.
me.
No, I mean, it's everything gets smushed together. It kind of hurts.
I have a question for my boxer brief wearing brethren, or regular boxer brethren.
Yeah.
Right? You saddle up to a stall, right? Do you use the little fly, or do you pull it down?
Pull down.
Yeah, pull
Pull
down.
down, pull
Pull
down.
down.
Yeah.
I
All right,
never.
well, enough about the questions. That's not important. Hold on. What's important, though, is that we're now joined by our good buddy. He is one of the members of one of our favorite bands, and that would be Jim Smith of Teal.
All right.
What's up, guys? How
Hey,
you doing?
hey, boxes of briefs.
Hell of a way to introduce him. Thanks, MZ.
Yeah, good
Hey,
work.
that's what I'm here for.
Hey, Jim, how's it going, buddy?
Good. I actually wear boxer briefs.
See, thank
Good
you.
man.
Ah,
Good man.
You're
He
grown
does
up.
it too.
No, not my style. Not my style.
Yeah.
Mars likes to be flopping all around.
Yeah, I'll forgive you.
If you call that
I will
flopping.
say I only buy Calvin Klein's though for my boy Marty.
Nice. Very good.
Ah. Very good.
You know, speaking of underwear, I was just watching some video of your performance from the other night,
And his underwear came off.
and you had a laptop with a Moog sticker on it, and I would have took you home back in the
Nice.
day. I would have let you take me home. Yeah, that's all it takes.
I would have let you take.
I would have let you take me home,
Yeah.
Jim.
You would have been honored.
Yeah.
So if
man,
anybody's looking to see what it takes, any musicians in the area.
I tell you what, the mood was amazing. That was such a great show.
Wasn't it though, man? Oh,
How do you know?
I was there.
Yeah, for like an hour.
No bullshit. I was there. Don't give me your crap.
My favorite
What time
part,
did you leave?
What time did I leave?
Yeah, what
I don't
time
know,
did you leave?
Around 12:30.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
Can I interject
You saw a
something?
half hour of the Deadites.
Here's what was great about that, those who don't know, who I haven't told the story to. So, Agents of Chaos play, right? Teal shows up and fucking kills it, which we're going to get into, as the night progresses. So then, right when, after Jim's set, MZ comes up to me, he's like, all right, man, I'm heading out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The Deadites haven't played yet. I don't know what time they're going on. I got to go. And I'm like, look behind you. They're setting up the stuff. They're setting up the...
You are
Like,
fucking.
who do you
are
think that
ridiculous.
is? He's like, I thought there was another band that was playing. I'm
You
like,
are
who's playing after
ridiculous.
Teal that doesn't rhyme with ites?
That has
Well, first of all,
Well,
there
Tiny White
was
band.
four
To be
bands.
fair, there was originally 4 bands.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the other band canceled out or bowed out or whatever they did. I had no idea. I was completely in the dark on that. On top of the fact I wasn't feeling too hot, so I'm tired, delirious, and
boy.
not feeling too hot.
So upon realizing that the Deadites were going on stage next, his response is, I guess I'll stick around for a song.
Excuse me, I did not say I just said I'll stick around for a song.
Now, the way I tell the story, you say,
Do you know how hard I worked for that show?
He beat cancer
Yes.
just so you could leave
Yes.
early.
Right.
Yes. Well, I had to go beat cancer too. I have my own cancer problems. Don't even get me started. Nowhere near as bad as him, but
Yeah, but I mean, you could get rid of that and come live at my house.
I got shits to do.
Took a second.
Hey, is Jim still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here, baby.
Oh, good. I thought we lost you.
I'll stay around for the whole set.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Thank you, Jim. Professional.
It was awesome. You guys freaking rocked it. I mean, everyone that I met just in the crowd too, just everyone seemed to have a great time.
Yeah, man, you made some fans for life. There's some people that traveled from not too far from your neck of the woods, and I had been pumping. I've been trying to keep them from sampling you while pumping them up so that they could so they could appreciate the I almost think it's a surprise because when I was building you up to my dear friend Bill by Force from outside the cinema, him and his sidekick Mr. Chris were like, nobody sounds like he's describing them. You just don't sound like that. It doesn't mix. And then you stop playing, it's like, oh, well, that's what he sounds like.
Nice.
And I wanted them to hear, like how I wanted it to wash over them. So
I think I actually talked to one guy that was from PA. That might have been him,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's my brother from another mother, Mark Sheets.
He had the best thing ever. He's like, awesome, where you guys playing tomorrow? I'm like, about 40 minutes from your house. But, no, he was awesome. He was really cool. We chatted for a bit.
Yeah, the awesome thing, Jim, is because that's the first time we played together in a couple of years. So we were able to hear some stuff you had never played live before up here, anyways. So
yeah, sweet.
Yeah, because it was cool hearing some stuff off the latest release, and so it was awesome, and you had a great mix of stuff, and everyone fucking dug it. Like literally, I had so many people come up to me over the course of the weekend, being like, "Holy shit, Teal fucking killed it."
Yeah, we loved it, and we honestly wanted to put that kind of set list together for the night. Because me and Steve, as you guys might know, we never practiced ever together.
Yeah.
So he's about an hour and a half away, and it's just hard. We both work in advertising, crazy hours, and so we just say, all right, let's throw a set list together. We practice on our own. So it's even surprising to me as we're doing it, because I'm like, whoa, I look over, I'm like, look at Steve do that. I didn't know that was going to happen. So it's always fun, so it's great.
I too think it was an incredible set by you, but I think it was enhanced by the fact
by Earth's Sun.
Yeah, of Earth's yellow sun. Of how amazing that fucking room sounds, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, super clean. I mean, that's something that you do struggle with, playing in different venues, different states, different sound guys, I'm really picky about sound. To a point, I've been at weddings where I'm walking over fixing the mixer. I've DJ'd so much, and I've worked with live sound before. And it kills me when you're putting together your heart and soul into a set, and it just sounds like dookie. You're like, well, the
right.
speakers sound like shit, or the sound guy's on Facebook on his phone, clearly not paying attention. When you're pointing at your mic or pointing at but dude, the sound, was incredible in there. It was so crisp and clean.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was hearing things that you don't normally hear in some kind of shitty systems, and
right.
So it. Even for me, it's a nice surprise when I'm like, yeah, it's got good volume in here. It's not, over blaringly loud, or it's not too sharp, or people are cringing because it's so damn loud,
Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that when it was the Lucky Dog, it was you had all that stuff hanging from the ceiling, and I guess it would interfere with the acoustics or whatever.
Not really. It was just the sound system was the big thing.
No,
I think the building. I think Dynamo's right. I think the building, the structure of the building itself,
Has
inside of it
something to do with it, but
has
it
a
was
big
a
part to
sound
do with it,
system.
because he sounded.
It doesn't hurt, but that's a real nice sound system, and it's also I also appreciate that it is a sound system and a mixing board that he has a mastery of. He went out and because Ted, who owns the club, has worked all over the world, and whenever an electronic band comes to the Palladium, they ask Ted to mix them, or a lot of the horror bands John 5 and Piggy D, because Ted is from that era, and Ted has a long history of playing music and working for TNA, actually, Total Nonstop Action, Ted's the real deal. So, and he's also, a fan of the Deadites, and, which made him an instant fan of, Teal. And so, he not only is a great sound guy, but he knows, when you checked what you guys were and how you should sound.
Well, a combination of all those aspects really put on a fantastic show. It was the best. You guys always sound great, but
you're an aspect.
Thank you. But this was mind blowing. It was
Yeah.
absolutely sensational.
It was great. And
I didn't want it to end.
Yeah, you did want to end because you wanted to go home.
No, I wouldn't have left for Teal. You guys, yeah.
No, but I mean the Deadites too. You guys rocked it, man. It was fucking awesome. I mean, you just look around the room and just everyone's smiling and having a great time, and that says a lot.
I had a little more walk around like an orangutan to the set, so I think that really added to things. And stroking my microphone.
No, but seriously, it was great. I mean, honestly, Agents of Chaos too. Like that was, them breaking the news of that, being their potential last show, and they want to do something different, and I totally respect that. But I was like, wait, what? No, you can't do that.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that now.
The way they told me they were going to do something different was some new age shit that made me want to punch them. So they were like, we're knocking down another door to get to another door. So I've thus far withheld that pay. Fuck them. But yeah, no, I really honestly can't believe like how great that place is sounding and how nice the staff is and how top notch the booze is. I know you were excited that they had
they got Jack Daniels.
Yeah, real
that
deal
alone right
Holyfield.
there was like, hey, all right.
Did you even go down to the green room at all?
No.
Dude, it's like all leather seats with multiple game systems and a Blu-ray player. And
well, thanks for inviting me down there.
well, I thought you just would go down. I don't like being around you. You make the girls not talk to me anymore.
No, honestly, I didn't leave the room much. I mean, I was really enjoying the acts and the drinks too. I mean,
yep.
we got an early start and started drinking a little early, and then I just I didn't have to drive, so I was like, well, I'm going for it. I was doing shots with all kinds of people, and I just had a great time with the crowd. I mean, everyone there was just so fun. I mean, a ton of people came up to me, and that that means the world too. And people really enjoyed it, and it was fun to just meet people. Like you said, they travel, they come out for nights like that.
Yep.
And it's awesome. I mean, it was really, really cool.
I have one important question, not show related for you, Jim.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you go through the Tiny White's Haunted Maze when you got home?
We absolutely went through the maze.
Wow.
Waiting for that, and it was pretty ridiculous, and it just keeps getting more and more ridiculous as I see like the updates. I just like, wow. I mean, let's not even talk about that. There's also Tiny's Epic Synth Room, which every time I go there, it's just like chubby, instant boner. And he just got his chroma fixed short while ago, and it sounds insane. So we were playing around with that. And then let's also talk about his ridiculous Lego collection.
Did he take you up to show you that?
Oh, dude, seriously, I would probably just move in and just play with his shit whenever he's not around. Be like, all right, well, I'll be down in the synth room.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, at 4 a.m. when he turns the light on and nothing's going on, that's sexy. At 4 p.m. when you go up and he's got 12 7-year-olds sorting those things out and he's going to run a sweatshop. It's not so sexy.
It was kind of like he goes for it, which I totally appreciate because when I get into a hobby or something, I just go 100% in, and he goes 120% in. Like
he's like 300% in.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But I love it. I mean, it was so cool. So that was like kind of the end of an awesome night. I got to like mess around at the tiny mansion, so it was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It was such a good time. And Jim was dressed up. He came in costume. He was dressed up as Kung Fury.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, that you'd be surprised how hard it is to find fingerless leather gloves and a red wife beater.
But you looked awesome, and
You looked incredible.
Thanks, dude.
And then Steve, who was Steve? I saw him in the costume, and then next time I saw him on stage, he wasn't wearing it. So I
He had a mullet or something, and then the wig came off.
Yeah, so I have a bag of wigs in my house, and they're just years of Halloween, boxes and costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, Steve? Like, I'm gonna pick out an outfit for you. So I gave him this ridiculous mullet, these like really awesome 80 shades that I would totally wear right now. that I had when I was a little kid, and then I gave him either a Baywatch shirt or something that was super cheesy, but I just thought it'd look rad with the guitar, you know. I was just so I actually put that outfit together for him. He wasn't anyone specific, just kind of a rad 80s dude with a mullet and a guitar.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But he was like, dude, it was hot as fuck. He's like, it lasted like a song and the wig was off. He's like, fuck this. It was hot and itchy. I was like, all right, man, it's cool.
I debuted my new wrestling gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain,
dude, you guys
Captain
were all
Doctor.
awesome.
Well, it's like I said on the Greatest Hits Volume 3, which is available soon on trickortreatradio.com to you. It's easy for us to look good with those foxy ladies marching around looking so freaking good. It's outrageous.
Jeez Louise. Yeah.
Hi, boners.
Yeah. It was just people were
boners?
either just standing there not dancing because they were mesmerized, or there was people dancing because they were just like totally fucking in it.
Right.
It was yeah. Is there any video, or well, you guys got anything recorded or?
No, not to. I did get some video of you today that I can send to you.
Yeah, we should
from a New Hope, Raven Shadow's lady friend.
Yeah, that was the video I was telling you about, Jim.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see
Yeah,
that.
it should be 88 miles per hour at least.
Nice.
She was doing some guerrilla film making at the club, avoiding watching eyes.
Yeah, they don't let you for some reason. But I mean I really got to take my hat off to Ted for how great that place is and how it's going.
He did a great job. I actually was talking to him for a little bit, and I mean, yeah, when you install all those like fresh, crispy speakers and a new sound, everything's like beautifully ran. All the wiring's done. You know, like I wasn't tripping on stuff, or like it was very thought out. I actually knocked over my drink like right before we started. I was like, motherfucker, but that was my own stupidity.
Yeah.
I put it up. I actually, what really happened is I put it up on one of my travel cases, and the sound shook the drink off. Yeah, so I was like, "Wow, it sounds awesome in here." So it was worth it.
I enjoyed your every year when you tell the story of how you met the Deadites, it somehow gets marginally more ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I almost wonder what it'll be the next time we play together.
Yeah. So yeah, it was exciting, and it's just so fun and such an honor, and I am not just a Teal, partner. I am also a client. So,
dude, you guys rock, man. I get so excited this time of year now, and I just think about cruising up there. I think there was like you said, a couple years that we didn't do it, and I was like, damn. That was kind of like the only thing I look forward to around Halloween, other than watching a shit ton of movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to a degree, you would it would have been disappointing on multiple levels. So it's good that
everything
we kept
was
it for
great.
awesome. Yeah. But I don't know, I just can't looking out and seeing. Did we introduce you to Corando?
Dude, we chatted it up forever, and I think we're gonna work together.
Yeah, I put my arm around him right as you were getting about to start, and I said, "You're gonna want to put this guy's music in some of your movies." And he said, "Oh yeah." And then he came up to me afterwards and said, "You are right."
We actually I contacted him today and sent him all the album downloads, and he was like, I already bought them all last night, and and I've been rocking out. And ironically, it's like I was both eagerly excited. As soon as I got home, I didn't want to lose his business card or anything, or his contact, so I just friended him right away on Facebook, and I wrote to him like, "Hey, I'm running around town like crazy, and I'm sure you're heading back into town, but let's connect soon." So we at least exchanged info. So I checked out all of the trailers today for his movies, and I was like, "This is fucking right up my alley." I was like, "This is amazing." Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm actually gonna pick up all of his stuff on Blu-ray, and definitely. I mean, it's like I felt Tarantino. I felt everything that I don't know. It was crazy. Just in the trailers, obviously. I'm sure the movies are going to be awesome, but
I love them all. But I cannot recommend I think Gunwoman was like a transcending cinema experience for me. So I love it.
All the trailers I watched today, I was like super pumped on. I mean, it was. So I'm going to send him some sound design stuff as well, and I told him I'm actually. For the first time ever in my life, I'm taking off of work as of Friday, and I'm spending an entire month to finish the new Teal album.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of a life-changing moment. I've never been out of work ever. I've never been on unemployment. I've just always worked like a dog, and this is the first time ever. And like people are like, oh, you got to relax and take a mental health. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm going in fucking hardcore on this album, 1,000% in. Got to finish it. So I'm taking a month off of work. So
Good.
it's gonna be kind of pretty crazy waking up and be like, all right, it's go time. So I'm gonna be very excited to share that with you guys by the end of this year. It's got to be done. Like it has to be done for me to be happy, because I've been like super kind of depressed about it and just really, just down. It's been 3 years, and people are like, dude, where's the new shit? And I'm like, yeah, it's coming. I'm like, God damn it.
What you got to do is wait 6. People stop asking.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's if there's one person asking, that's pretty awesome.
No, I agree 100%, man.
Hey, let me interrupt real quick. There's another guest that I want to have add into the call, but it might make me hang up with you, Jim. So just if it does hang up, just hold tight. I'll get you right back on. But let me see if this works without hanging up on you.
Let me get this out of the way before anybody comes on.
Oh, Christ.
What are you doing, Monster
Not
Zero?
that pillow, yeah. Use the Muppet.
What are you doing?
You're.
That's great.
No, it's not great.
May I please have some whiskey?
Are you pooping?
All right.
No,
Looks like you're pooping.
I'm not.
All right.
All right, we'll get you back. And I think
Awesome.
we're also now joined by the litigious one, Ms. M of the Deadites.
Oh, hey now.
Are you applying Miss M as of some sort of Latin descent?
No.
No. I don't know what that means.
You there, Ms. M? Maybe she's not there.
I thought I heard say woo.
All right, well, jeez. Someone take the reins. Let me try to figure this out.
So, first of all, Aries got a Wars here, and I need some whiskey from him. Just one little bit in honor of Mr. Smith being on the line.
Yeah.
And
Holy Christ.
what?
Oh, yeah.
What? You know fucking damn well
I
what.
don't know.
If
Chat
you're
room-
sick, I'll bring you to the hospital.
Chat room, don't believe them.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like 5 dudes in here that are fucking dying. Don't believe us.
Well, now there's 4 dudes, and because one's dead. Yeah.
Monster Zero looks like the nerd mascot.
Yeah, Kenny. Where's Kyle?
What? Can you turn the fan on?
No, it's fine over here on this side of the table. This is good.
He's immune.
Yeah.
We do that for fun on the boat.
Yeah, it's nice. A lot of salty air.
Yep.
I thought you're a big, strong guy. You can handle it.
Yeah.
Switch seats with me.
No, this is what I said. This is.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no.
It's not that good.
No. Whoa, it's blowing the whiskey this way, though, so it's nice. You know what? One of my, it was, though each dinner was adventurous, it was amazing to hang out with, sit and break bread with Slagoth and Cheatsy and
Oh man.
the Survival of Film Freaks guys. Like, that was fucking amazing.
I just love standing back and watching the various pockets of team ups that would happen.
Right.
Like A New Hope and Jim Smith.
Yeah.
Like talking.
I'm still waiting for her and I's team up.
Well, slow it down.
Okay. I figured out why I get so beat on Sunday, like why I'm so defeated. It's that, so Sunday we're all ready to rest a little bit,
Yep.
and then Jar Jar Blink shows up,
Yep.
and as I said by Bill by Force today, I'm ready to take a nap, and Jar Jar Blink shows up, and he's ready to be David Lee Roth.
Oh yeah.
So,
He was like 8 whiskeys deep before.
before I even got there, he was
before-
drinking out
yeah.
of my fucking awesome soda stein. Hey, and I really pushed myself to the limit because I drank more soda than I've ever drank in my entire life.
Dude, you didn't relinquish that mug
No,
for
why would
a
I?
second.
Why would I?
I think every picture that was taken of you at Rock and Shock had you with that
Well, I did that
goddamn
on
mug in
purpose, though, too, because it had the Rocket Shock logo on it. And I'd face the Rocket Shock logo at the camera.
Soda was extra.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed
Product
that.
placement.
We were up there so early in the day. We should have totally met up. Oh man,
Awesome.
we made great time. I think we got there like 1:30. But I don't know if Steve would have been down with that, but I love going to conventions and stuff. It sounded like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a good one. Jason was there,
Yes.
and the saxophone player from the Lost Boys was there.
Oh, Tim Capella.
Yep.
Tim Capello.
Tim Capello.
Jesus Christ.
Acapello.
Tim Capella.
He's
All
not.
right, I don't know what's going on. I don't think I can. I think Ms. M's on a phone, and it's difficult to call a phone while I'm on a Skype call.
Interesting.
I think we got to finally get around to watching The Lost Boys. I still haven't seen it.
You've never
You've seen the Lost Boys?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Why?
What are you doing Saturday?
What am I doing Saturday?
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
there's somebody else
entertaining.
there.
Entertaining.
I heard somebody.
Entertaining what?
You're not entertaining.
Or who?
I'm highly entertaining.
Yes.
I'm entertaining
Why don't you go-
I'm entertaining my friend from Philly.
Why don't you go to
Lady.
Bill?
His name is Megatron.
Why don't you bring her to Bill by Force's house and watch Lost Boys on the big screen in his backyard?
Shit, theatrical
Oh.
in a backyard.
I have a question for you. When your awesome friend is there this weekend,
Yeah.
are you just going to leave halfway through hanging out with her?
Oh, when Jim laughs,
Maybe
you know it's true.
First base.
It all depends on what time it is.
Yeah.
I'm
tired. It all
6 p.m.
It all depends on how much squash there
What do
is.
you got to bust my balls for? I wasn't feeling good. I was sick that day.
Well, the next day you felt fine. You were just,
I felt better. I wasn't fine.
yeah. Well, you never brought that up at all. You were just being.
No, because I just wanted to keep it on the down low.
It was the
You
monster.
know,
Yeah. Are you trying to tell me that you would rather say that you were being a big wimp than that you were sick?
You big dummy.
No, I'd rather say that I was sick. But I'd rather not say anything at all.
But you didn't say you were sick. But
But I didn't say I was a big wimp either.
no, like just all your friends from all over the United States were there, and you're like, I gotta go have dinner.
Yeah. That's a completely different story, asshole. So let's not even bother with it.
No, I think we shall.
No, I don't think we should. Let's talk about your farts some more.
No. I don't know what you talk about, Fox, but yeah, just like, I'm out of here.
I apologize to everyone in the chat room. There's a lot going on, but I just can't keep up. I'm trying to get the call stuff going. But we got a lot of people hanging out, and I saw First Time Mike just popped in. I saw Evil Corny. We got Bosch.
Hey.
Let's see. I don't know if I missed someone else.
Let me get in the chat here.
Slagoth's hanging out.
I got in the house.
He says, Jar Jar greeted me with Maker's Mark on the rocks on Sunday, and I was completely shot.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the time we got there, Jar Jar Blinks was already on a first-name basis with the bartender.
Yeah, Babs.
He's like, yeah, let me introduce you to Babs.
First time he went,
Yeah.
actually, no, second time.
I think he got her number.
You dude's married. Jesus Christ. Don't
Yeah,
say
no,
that
he
shit.
didn't. Man, I'm not saying he used it. I'm just saying that he got one.
Yeah.
That counts.
Oh, this is a throwback to last week, Aries.
Oh, yeah.
That's you drinking your coffee on the toilet in the morning.
Oh, I forgot that.
Here, let me put this up on the chat or in the video feed so people can see it.
That's pretty good.
That's real good.
That's my next tattoo.
Raven J, of course, with the awesome art.
I like how you can't see his mouth under his beard.
I love it. It's like that Spider Jerusalem Transmetropolitan statue.
Aries, do you really poop with your shoes on?
Yes. And his
In the
socks
morning?
all the way up.
And no pants?
Now, see, Dynamo, this is how it's done.
No, I feel he's wearing long johns with those little opener in the bottom.
Oh, with the open ass flap
Yeah, the
on
open
it?
ass flap. In my mind's eye, that's the reason he's wearing red pants.
Slagoth says, Raven Shadow,
Yes.
you were an amazing host and a true friend.
Thank you,
For the
brother.
rest of my life, I will love you, brother.
Why'd you have to read it like that?
Because
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure that I said it as hallmarky as I could.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a big smooch.
That wasn't Hallmark,
Me?
dude.
I'm going to smooch somebody.
Leanna approves of Aries shitting on the toilet. There you go.
You won't be happy about all the other places he shits.
All right,
Well, unlike you, I don't do it in the studio.
If an Aries shits in the does an Aries shit in the woods?
Yes.
See?
all right, let me go ahead and introduce everyone. Let's do that right now. And I'm Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. We also have the immortal gunslinger, singer and lyricist for the Deadites, and destroyer of cancer, Dynamo Mars.
Well, I haven't I still have some more cancer to destroy. So let's for now. Let's until I have the house cancer free. Let's leave that. I don't want to have they're fighting hard enough as it is. I don't want them to have to like build a second Death Star. So. But thank you.
What about what was the third Death Star called?
Star Killer.
Star Killer, yeah.
Yep.
What about Star Killer? You want that?
No.
Okay.
Which are you guys cool with them? I mean, I know J.J. Abrams. I actually heard him say that he used that name because of that was like Luke's original.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Luke's original name.
Yeah.
And then wasn't there a video game character
Yep.
named Star Killer?
Yep.
Like he was the Vader's apprentice, I think.
Yeah, I think it was Jedi Outcast, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
So,
Yeah.
No, was it Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. No, that was
No.
a movie.
That was a movie. Dummies.
Hey,
Whoa.
whoa! I
What
knew
is happening right now?
Jim, come
Nerf
over.
herders.
Scruffy looking. Ares is scruffy looking.
My
Yeah, he's a
virginity's
scruffy looking
grown
Nerf
back
herder.
there.
Moisture boy.
What'd you guys think of the Han Solo movie title?
What's it called?
Awful.
Solo.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it Han Solo in Solo? Or
It's
is
no, it's Solo, a Star Wars story.
Too bad it's not Salo, a Star Wars. movie.
Han Solo?
That's the
Han
episode.
Solo.
That's got to be the episode title, right?
Yeah.
Salo.
You guys got to. There's a problem though. You guys are misunderstanding. It's actually
Chewbacca.
not about Han Solo. It's about an intergalactic beer pong tournament.
Yes.
Was
It's
that
about
true?
red Solo cups.
Chewbacca dropping a deuce on some girl.
What? What does that have to do with anything that we just talked about? Where
It
did
has
that
to
come
do with
from?
what I just talked about. I ignored what you just said. And apparently everyone else did too.
But why would Chewbacca do scat porn with someone?
Have you ever seen Salo?
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
Wookiees are weird, man. There's some kinky shit.
Yeah.
They wear fucking a lot of bondage, too.
Well, have you seen his wife?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen his kid Lumpy?
Yeah, Lumpy. Yeah,
She's hot, man.
What was his wife's name again?
Mala.
Mala. Yeah.
I'll always remember that because it's the same as Mala in the Brain. From Doom
Oh,
Patrol.
Corny says The Force Unleashed.
Thank you, Corny.
There's a lot of shit talk this week, huh? Probably not the way we wanted to go.
First time Mike says, "Oh, hello everybody. MZ not seeing Lost Boys distracted me."
Yeah.
Thank you, first time, Mike.
And
I
Julie
assume-
Meow Meow says, "So low." 2 words. So low. A Han Solo story.
So low that I wish I was dead with a Chewbacca in my hand.
And a Wookiee in your head.
Yeah. Monster Zero, do you want me to just reenact Lost Boys for you at one point?
Yeah, with sock puppets,
Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind.
I can't believe
Little sister.
I can't believe.
you didn't get to meet Tim Capello, and it doesn't matter because you don't even know who the fuck
No,
he is.
you know what? I saw him. I didn't know who he was, but I saw him walking around Saturday
With a codpiece?
and he was done up in like a purple jumpsuit with a cod piece on. It was
Yeah, dude's the best.
It was
He did not meet
odd.
Tim, but he had really good squash.
Here, let me show you a picture. I gotta show you the picture of me, Raven Shadow, and Tim.
It was
It's a good
sexy.
picture. Raven Shadow, I think, needs a new pose, though.
All right, Lost Boys is not.
I'm working on it.
Huh?
I'm working on
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna stop doing the duck lips. That's the only part.
Do I do duck lips?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
saw that picture.
Oh, okay.
I saw that picture. yeah.
Some Billy Idol.
Billy Idol snarls. You
All
look
right.
like you're in a Paul Stanley cover band.
We also have the vulgar guru of horror, star Blood Pigs and Fetus, one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine. Oh, and I talked to Brian Pollan from Morbid Vision Films, soon to be star of Morbid Tales. Monster Zero.
And I have not seen the Lost Boys. I plan to rectify that though. I'm looking through my phone to see if it's available. It's not on Netflix, but I'm checking.
I got it.
Check your Last Boys app.
The Last Boys.
It's
Wait,
got
are you seeing it this Saturday with your date?
No, of course not.
no, and it's not his date. That would be
No.
too life affirming. That
Lo-
girl's awesome.
Lost in Atlantis says Tim Capello was the very best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He it was really cool because my special lady friend went over to him, and he didn't have his saxophone out to take the picture. So they took the picture, and he was like, "If you come over, we can take another one. It'll be all set." But she bought something, I think, because he didn't have his saxophone out. He gave her a little something extra too. So it was real nice of him. Don't you dare!
Looks like Leanna also got the Force Unleashed. Corny's saying Leanna named the Force Unleashed too, Wolfie. So got to give her credit. Bosch says, I bought the Lost Boys soundtrack CD like 4 times in my life. Back when there was compact discs.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have it a bunch of times, too. I have it on... It's one of the films I have on every format, I think.
Julie Meow Meow says, I'll send you the VHS, MZ. I have an extra.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't have a VCR, but I still appreciate it.
And
Come on my house, I'll give you a Dutch oven.
Leanna says, guys, put Lost Boys on right now. This has to be rectified.
Thank you.
I plan on fixing this. I will catch it. I promise. You have my word on
Any
it.
wagers on whether he does it before the next show?
I got $5.
Well, I was going to check.
Oh, shit. Raven J says Monster Zero, The Lost Boys is the second movie on the third disc on the retro set he sent us.
I actually took a picture
You have
of
it.
that.
You have it.
That's right. That's right.
And so now I want
So
you...
you have
So
it.
now I can watch it. That's
when
right.
you come
Thank
back,
you.
I want you to sing every song on the soundtrack.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a good time tonight. Rock and roll music's gonna play all night. Come on, baby, it won't take a long.
Let Jim talk.
I thought he was
sorry,
singing.
guys. I was gonna say, Monster Zero. What is your favorite vampire movie? Like, are you even a vampire fan?
Yes, I am.
Or-
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay, so Lost Boys has just kind of been on the back burner for
For the past 30 years. Yes.
Okay.
What's your favorite Dracula movie?
I'm a big Nosferatu geek.
Okay, but so what?
The original Nosferatu, 1922.
Did you like What We Do in the Dark?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
Yes.
You thought you were flirting with him for a second.
No, I did. I did.
Wait, was it What We Do in
Alright.
the Shadows?
So
With Peter?
Yeah, I knew what he was going for. I knew what he was going for.
Peter?
What We Do in the Shadows,
Peter
Shadow
Parker.
the Vampire, Salem's Lot, Nosferatu the Vampire.
This is the
Alright,
best text of all time.
all
Mike, first time Mike says,
Like-
MZ, you've seen 120 Days of Sodom, but you've never seen Lost Boys.
I know.
He's seen butt crack.
Twice.
Interview with a Vampire?
I've seen it. I didn't like it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, Jim. I need to one more time. I think we may have our guests all set. So I think I might need to end the call real quick. I'll call you back in just like a half second.
Up next is the whiskey drinking, stage erecting, triumph riding, head of security for the Deadites. It is Ares, God of War. Hi, my name's Ares. How you doing, everybody?
I'm sorry. I was amazed you remembered all that.
I do. And rounding up the thing is my partner, I only remember the old one, I'm sorry. The date deprived, basement dwelling,
That's a bad
comic book
one.
reading, smoke machine for Castle Wolfenstein. Smoke chamber for Castle Wolfenstein. He's who put the tag in the world's dopest tag team, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Ravenshadow.
Bamboleo. Thank you, partner.
You're welcome, partner.
Yeah.
So, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fucking rad, man. I had a whole lot of people at the Raven Chateau.
I heard you almost had a fire, so that was nice.
It was nice. There was a slight nacho malfunction, nacho cheese malfunction.
True or false? I was right about how well you and Murph were gonna hit it off.
You were right. You were absolutely right. You and Johnny were very correct.
Yeah, Murph was cool, man.
Yeah. I think by the time we left the TGI Fridays on Thursday night, and we got back to the Raven Chateau, I'm like, are we like best friends now? Because he could totally go balls deep in some nerd comic stuff.
Yep.
And I can appreciate that. So we were just vibing. It was nice. So yeah, Murph was dope. Slagoth was fucking awesome.
Though, you were right. I thought he'd be tall.
Right?
Yeah, Slagoth was
He was
a
great.
fucking riot.
They were
man.
great. No,
He
yeah.
was awesome.
I don't know how. Like we were doing like some 5 a.m. nights, and Slagoth was up at like 9 a.m. Like he was just. I don't think he didn't sleep.
Well, he's using his adamantium claws to hunt deer in the woods.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it was awesome, and the hanging out with my Punch family.
Yep.
That was fucking so cool.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, for those of you who wanted, a comeback of the Elm Street Kids, it was there live in living color, multiple points of the weekend. So it was awesome. I think the only person I was more happy to see than any of those people was DVD Diabolica. Is that how I say it? Diabolical DVD. I don't know how to say their name, even though I fucking probably bought
Diabolic DVD.
Yeah, I probably bought them both houses over the years.
And we should just make a point, too. There'll probably be so many people that we forget to even
No, I'm not going
name.
to forget anybody. Reverend Scott was there.
Yeah,
Yep.
Pantherphobe was there.
Pantherphobe.
Pantherphobe was at the show, too, and she was there
Sure.
early, so I got to spend some time with her.
Yeah.
I am so disappointed. Like, all I wanted to do all week was cuddle Reverend Scott, but I didn't.
I'll give that dude a big smooch. He was also talking to, seeing him in A New Hope. A New Hope in Corando was very sexy.
Yeah.
She just goes with everything, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's very awesome. She
Yeah.
stays. She stays till the end.
Yeah, if you hang around past 5, you can talk to everybody.
Yeah. It's funny. It was still light outside. It's October. Deadites Matinee.
What was that? That's weird.
Hello.
Call her. Turn your radio down.
Shit.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm so distant. I'm trying to make this fucking work.
Well,
I'm
Johnny
gonna
was
try one more thing.
Johnny
Right.
was so drunk over the weekend it wasn't even funny.
Yeah. Raven Shadow, give him a hand.
All right.
Help him out, will you?
Yeah.
No.
This one goes there. That one goes there.
Shut up.
I have to say,
Aries, I'm helping.
I made a phone call and said it, but Johnny and I were honored to not only be in the film, not only be in the preview, the extended trailer, I guess, but to be on the panel for Survival of the Film Freaks was one of the highlights of my weekend. It made me feel so
Hello.
good. Hi.
I had to go old school and just fucking call on my own phone and patch it into the fucking mixer. Jesus.
I'm
all right.
impressed.
We are now joined by Ms. M, finally.
Wow.
It was about 20 minutes in the works.
I like her on the phone. I was afraid of her in real life this week.
I give you a lot of credit for that.
Well, Ms. M, it's a pleasure having you on. And we were just catching up with Jim Smith about the Trick or Treat Radio Masquerade Extravaganza show and how awesome he was.
Oh, what a great freaking show. I mean, I had so many people coming up to me after the show and talking about not obviously just us, but about Teal, about Ages of Chaos, and how much fun they had. It was really awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it was just so cool hanging out with you, Jim. It happens so infrequently, and usually when it happens, there's like never enough time to make it happen.
Well, lots of people are saying hello to you in the chat, Miss M. So.
Ooh.
Yep, the Slagoth, Leanna, everyone's saying hello to Ms. M.
It's very
Hello,
true.
everyone.
The and you sounded fucking amazing too, and you were you I can't decide if you looked better or sounded better, so we'll call it a draw. But it was awesome.
So
You're
good.
too kind.
Yeah. Well, you also threatened my life on more than one occasion backstage. So
I do that all the time. You don't say
I'm-
how I look pretty.
yeah, well,
You look good.
Tiny and I talked about it, and we decided on Monday at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon that Miss M could take anybody else in the band without much trouble. So I'm only second most afraid of you, Aries. Wow.
Tough crowd.
He's staring at me.
Break up the
menacingly.
crickets.
Yeah,
man.
he's just staring, dude.
Whatever. You missed all my good material when you left at 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday.
Relentless.
Well, I hate to say it, but I can't hear everybody great. I know I know that there was a lot of work put into making this phone call work, and I'm listening very hard.
Yeah, it's difficult because you're listening to like 6 people through the
One
phone.
thing,
So
right,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It's like what did they used to call those, potty line?
Ooh.
I can't hear anything she's saying. Wah.
Really, you can't hear her at all?
No.
I'll reiterate everything she said. She says Teal's set was mediocre.
Let me see. I might be able to fix that. Hold on. You
She
guys
says-
keep going though.
She says Jim Smith, not that handsome. I'm just saying what she said.
I hate synths.
Yeah,
It's outrageous.
The 80s are overrated.
yeah.
Oh my
She's
god.
saying all these terrible things.
We're sorry, Jim. Yeah.
Donna Matrix is off the rails.
Yeah. She was completely uncontrollable that night.
Okay, I think you two should be able to hear each other now.
Miss M?
You're on the air.
I can, no, maybe.
Hello?
Can
Yes, I can hear her.
you? Nice, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, now can she hear us?
Let's hope not. So, Miss M, what were some of your favorite parts of the night? We've kind of been rattling through some of ours and some of our favorite parts of the weekend. Jim, can you re-ask that question? Because now she can hear you.
No one can hear anyone, apparently.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No,
Fuck.
Sorry, we're very distracted. Yet another Raven J posting that we'll have to
that's a
put in the
good
chat
one.
room.
How do I shut down everybody in the room? That's what I want to know.
This one's got a little bit of color to it, but then it's
nice,
right.
yeah.
It's justified.
That's a good one.
Look at Aries.
I like how he shares his Boston.
Boston.
Oh, it does say Boston.
The mist.
Look at the. Looks like Ravenshaw is passed out cold. He's got X's over his eyes.
Yeah. And John's just fucking exasperated.
Yeah.
Exasperilla.
I drink a lot of
Sexy
sarsaparilla.
Exasperilla.
So, Miss M, can you hear me? Nope.
Nope, guess not.
Miss M.
You're on the air.
I heard her for a second.
I hear her, but I don't think she can hear us. I
Send
think
her a
she
text.
switched it to hear Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, ask her my question.
What's he mixing? Is he making eggs?
Huh?
Sounds like a whisk.
I thought it sounded like he was
This-
rolling a cough drop
This-
around his mouth.
This is not good radio. We just
Yeah,
got
we
to
should
keep going.
All right.
So we should move on in a bit to getting to some other stuff, perhaps. I guess I don't know. I guess we could revisit the show a little bit later on in the final segment.
We'll come back. I'm sure maybe I'm guessing maybe there's some voicemails
There's some
we
yep.
might get. Maybe we'll take us back down memory lane.
Maybe I don't know if we got any from people who were there.
They might call in. I was throwing it out, John. You know, that's what we're doing.
Did you guys see the new Stranger Things DVD release?
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
crazy. It's awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah, it came out yesterday, I believe, and it's the VHS box set that opens up. It has Blu-ray, DVD, and a poster of a Demogorgon. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's a Target exclusive too, and they were going pretty quick. There was like 4 left when I got to the store today at like noon, so I was like, "Damn, they went really fast."
You grabbed one?
Yeah, I got one today.
Nice.
I think they were maybe 50 to each Target, and it was an exclusive thing. But yeah, I still buy DVD and Blu-ray. I love all the extra content, and I'm into the package design too, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was really well done. It's pretty much what they should have done. Like if you're gonna release it as DVD, like put it in the VHS look and feel. I almost thought they were gonna do a VHS with like a download card. Like that would have been pretty cool
That would have
too.
been cool too. A lot of the what I like. Actually, I'm kind of on the fence of this because I like it for the convenience, but I fear anything that makes physical media obsolete. Is that a lot of the cool streaming services are adding commentaries, like having like commentary tracks for films and stuff like that, documentaries like the Shout Factory. I just watched the Knight Riders commentary on my Shout Factory streaming service, so that was really cool. And they had when Shudder had when 31 came out, they had the commentary. So
Yeah, I just that's why I buy it. And there's a flea market near me. You can get DVDs for like $1, sometimes 50 cents. So I just really enjoy all the extra making ofs, the special effects. You don't get that with streaming services, you know. So
no, not all the time. I don't believe in DVDs though. I feel that they don't exist anymore in my world. So
I saw one today.
really,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I gotta work harder.
It was Curly Sue.
Oh, nice. They didn't put that shit out on Blu-ray.
No Criterion collection is what you're saying.
Did you hear that they're having Jim? I thought of you today. Did you hear that they're putting out Criterion collection of The Breakfast Club?
Nice.
really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Breakfast Club is a really good movie, but I don't know if it's Criterion worthy.
What
Yeah.
does it have to be to like? Why does Houseu have to be a Criterion?
Nobody shit on each other.
Right.
That's just like, that's your Salo reference.
No, I mean, it's a great flick and everything, and it's a great coming of age film. You know, as the 1980s consistently pointed out to us. You know, they always put up. You know, those were the best films anyway. I don't know. I just feel like Criterion is above that. I think that, you know, it's more. I always feel that Criterion is more geared towards the more obscure, the more art centric, I guess you could say.
Have you looked at what's on Criterion over the last couple of years?
I get the newsletter from them.
The Blob is on Criterion Collection. All I forget.
It's a horror classic.
I forget the director. Yeah, but you don't think The Breakfast Club is a classic film? It's
No,
probably
of
the
course
most replicated poster in the history of film.
No, it's
posters.
definitely a classic film, and it's a great film at that. But I don't know. I just feel that it's not worthy of
I was surprised. Honestly.
Criterion status.
Maybe they need to make a mainstream popular movie to sell, to make money, to make all the cult underground movies.
I think it's perfectly worthy. I think that
It's possible.
No,
Have you never seen The Breakfast Club either, MZ?
No, I've seen The Breakfast Club.
Did you ever see Ghostbusters?
What's Ghostbusters?
Thank you.
You ever seen Star Wars?
That's a fad.
Well, to be fair, he just saw Indiana, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have a debate with anyone that thinks that Breakfast Club isn't worthy of Criterion treatment. Like,
Definitely one of the greatest soundtracks.
Yep.
You know, 80s films.
Mhm.
To your, it'll probably do a big reference to like talking about the 80s genre and
right.
influential of it. I mean, I'm interested in it, but I kind of agree. Like, I didn't think that was something I'd ever see like a Criterion, you know, film about it. Whereas like, maybe like something like pop-up video on VH1 or something.
Pop-up video.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna add Breakfast Club, you might as well add St. Elmo's Fire. You might as well.
You
add,
are an idiot.
You might as well add Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Breakfast Club.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is definitely arguable. I agree.
Yeah,
That's another 80s classic. Like, but yeah, I guess it's another DVD or Blu-ray release that they could put out too. I guess they're like, we'll reintroduce it because the 80s are so hot right now.
St. Elmo's Fire, it could not carry. It's like not on the same level. That's like saying like, I can't even think of a comparison. Like that's it.
Pretty in Pink. What about Pretty in Pink?
Pretty in Pink is a movie I like a lot, but I don't.
Great
think
soundtrack.
It's but it's not Breakfast Club.
Right.
Like this is another instance of you looking at movies, not watching movies. Like they all came out at the same time, but like Breakfast Club is a far superior film to.
Hey, I'm just thrilled that 3 O'Clock High is finally getting a Blu-ray release. If Criterion's listening, Criterion, do it, will you?
Fucking Buddy Revell all day.
Damn right.
I mean, there's some schlock. There are some movies that are not quite as.
I would say Donnie Darko would get that before.
Mars loves that movie.
No, I just bought the Arrow set of Donnie Darko for my special lady friend, and it hurt me to do it. So.
So we should probably head to a break in just a few moments. Jim, when we head to a break, we're going to take a slightly longer than normal break because we're going to go. We're just going to go film something in the other room real quick. And I wanted to play a Teal song while we do that. Do you have? Is there a song that you would like to play while we take our little slightly extended break? Or do you want us to pick, or do you want to pick?
You can do the Stranger Things cover that I did. I did a YouTube video where you can go to teal.bandcamp.com, and I have it down there to download for free. But it's a couple minutes long. It's a cover, slightly. I basically just kind of did a Teal version of the Stranger Things theme song.
All right, so I'll get that. I don't own that, so I'll grab that while we're getting ready.
You can go to teal.bandcamp.com.
Yep.
And it's got it right there. You could play, stream for free, download for free, or YouTube.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab that right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to head to a break in just a few moments, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about Cult of Chucky. And then after the film review, we'll probably talk a little bit more, get a little bit more in depth into Rock and Shock, because we've been talking a lot about the Trick or Treat Radio Masquerade Extravaganza, but I want to talk a little bit more about Rock and Shock, so we'll get a little bit more into that, and then we get some voicemails to play. So that's kind of the rest of what's going on for the night. And if you guys want to help support the show, I was hoping to have it ready to go tonight, but it's not quite there. I just got to upload it. But we do have Volume 3 of the Trick or Treat Radio Greatest Hits, and you guys can look for it in the next couple days. If I have time, I may even put it up tonight, but I'm not sure because I have a lot to do after the show ends. So if that doesn't happen, I'll get it up soon enough, and you guys can purchase the Greatest Hits Volume 3. And, as we've done with the prior Greatest Hits, we obviously do the show for free, but for the Greatest Hits, we charge a nominal fee, and we put it up on their website, and it's basically to help pay for, hosting fees and stuff like that. So if you guys want to purchase Greatest Hits Volume 3 of Trick or Treat Radio, it's going to be available on trickortreatradio.com probably within a couple days' time of when this is live. So if you're hearing the podcast, it should be up or close to being up. So go to trickortreatradio.com and click on the store and take a look in there and look for Volume 3. And it's going to be $3. You get a digital file sent right to you, and you can listen to it immediately. So we got that coming up. If you guys want to support the show, there's a few other ways you can do so on trickortreatradio.com. You can go ahead and click on the link for Horror Pack, and if you guys want to receive 4 DVDs or Blu-rays directly to your door every month, go ahead and sign up for their service, and we get a tiny little cut of that. If you guys shop on Amazon, you can go ahead and use our link, and that way everything you purchase on Amazon gets attributed to us, and we get a tiny little cut. It doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. So if you guys want to help, go ahead and do all your shopping on Amazon through our link. Once again, go to trickortreatradio.com and click on the Amazon logo, and that's all you got to do. It brings you right to Amazon, and you can start buying. And also, we have our friends over at Make Some Noise XSplit.
XSplit.
If you guys want to do some live streaming video like we do every Wednesday night, please give XSplit a look. We have a link right there on our front page as well. So it's for, if you guys want to stream anything, really. If you want to do a vlog, you want to do a Let's Play, a Watch Us Die, whatever you want to do. You want to do a live stream like we do, go ahead and check out XSplit. They got some great software. And as you guys can see when we show the awesome Raven J drawings, or, in between breaks, we play some different art. You can set up basically different cameras and stuff, so you can control what gets seen. It's pretty awesome. And you can layer graphics on top and stuff. So pretty cool stuff. So give that a look. And if you guys just want to give us some money, we have a PayPal donate link right on the front page. So go ahead and check that out as well. And Raven Shadow.
Yes.
Now, when you sit down to watch Cult of Chucky, what do you got to do to prepare for a movie like this?
I got to pick up a lot of cans that I left over at my house. It was been a long weekend. I got to do a lot of trash for this Thursday. So I do that. I wipe some nacho cheese off my ceiling from the ceiling fans. That was bad. And I have some leftovers left behind, so I have a couple of hot dogs. Have 2 hot dogs, make all the ones. Nice. Then I fucking, think about those who came, those who went, those that showed up, and I strapped on.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, The Deadites.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I'm Ruby Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock das boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics.
What comics?
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
Fueled by tacos, beer, and Bloody Marys, the only show featuring baby Jesus with a nail gun, the pride of PA and the show with the eye of the tiger, ladies and gentlemen, Punch Farm.
Hey, this is Mark from Punch Farm. I'm here with Mark Dose. Hello. I'm here with Alicia.
Hello.
I'm here with Nikki.
Hey.
Join us every Monday as we talk about life, tacos, beer, and movies. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and punchfarm.com.
Keep on punching!
right, we're back. But Trick or Treat Radio.
Hello, everybody. Brr, 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 brr.
All right, so we're going to talk about a flick now. That flick would be Cult of Chucky. And this movie is rated R. It is 91 minutes long. It is a horror thriller. And it just was released on Netflix a couple weeks ago, and it's available on VOD and Blue. If it's not on Blu-ray yet, it's gonna be. I think it is.
No, it is. It's already on
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
that's right. Okay,
It is.
So you guys can pretty much get it anywhere. And this film was written and directed by Don Mancini, same gentleman who's written all of the Child's Play movies. You don't typically get that in these franchises,
No,
do you?
that's very rare in any genre, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So the film stars Alex Vincent, Brad Dourif, Fiona Dourif, Matthew Stephenson, Michael Terrio, Zach Santiago, and Grace Lynn Kung. And Jennifer Tilly, of course.
Of course.
The synopsis we have here: Chucky returns to terrorize his human victim, Nika. Meanwhile, the killer doll has some scores to settle with his old enemies with the help of his former wife. All right, so Cult of Chucky. Now, there's two versions of this. There's a rated. If you guys watch on Netflix, it's the cut. But if you get it from VOD, you can get the unrated version. And thanks to the generosity of one Los Atlantis, I was able to see the unrated version.
Yeah, hey now.
So I'm curious to see what was different, actually. I'm sure it's probably just a little bit of the gore or something like that, because I think it's only like a minute or two. It's different.
Yeah. Okay.
So, it looks like, Jim, in the chat room, some people were saying great cover.
Yeah, I've been chatting it up.
Oh, yeah, I see that. It's awesome. So, it looks like people dug that. It is a great cover, absolutely. And so, everyone, if you have not, you can get it for free. You can give Jim money too. So, if you really like it, feel free to give him some money for it. But if ducats are short, you can go ahead and download it for free. Go to Teal's Bandcamp, and you can find it there. It's T, 3 E's, and an L. All right. I was going to wait for the other dudes, but they're fucking taking their sweet-ass time coming up here. So, MZ, talk a little bit about the Chucky or Child's Play franchise.
Well,
I know you've clearly, seen all or most of these, right?
Most.
Okay. I haven't seen all of them either. Yeah.
Most.
I didn't see Curse.
I haven't seen Curse, and I have not seen Seed. I've seen all the others, and
I really like Bride of Chucky, by the way.
Bride of Chucky was fun. I saw part 2 in the theater, and it really kind of sucked. It really kind of sucked. It was awful, and part 3 was no better. So the franchise sort of redeemed itself with Bride.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Of course, nothing could top the original. I think the original is by far and away the best and the scariest. I think Child's Play still holds up to this day, 29 years later. And as far as the Child's Play, as far as the Chucky character goes, I know it goes by the way of Freddy Krueger, where he was, just an evil son of a bitch, and then he just became a game show host.
Yeah.
With witty one-liners and little quips, and while that's entertaining, it really does take away from the character's original evil intent. And that's what hurt with. And that's what hurt with the Chucky films. Now, I can't say that there's any difference between the Nightmare on Elm Street films and the Child's Play films. Just that, for some reason, I can tolerate it more. I guess when it's coming from a burnt-up child killer rather than from a plastic doll. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I tolerate it more when it comes from Nightmare than I can from the Child's Play films. But the interesting thing here is that it somehow it maintains its mythology throughout. I don't know how it. I can't understand how it does it. Maybe it's because of Mancini. He's got his thumbprint deep into the story and the mythos of Charles Lee Ray. So kudos to him, and I guess that's the reason why he's done all 7 films. But yeah, and but for what we got here. We could start talking about it now because we got everybody else.
Yeah,
back.
everyone decided to
they all decided to show up.
I was having a smoke break.
No, we said that he wrote them.
I was having a smoke break.
Yeah.
I don't think did he write those middle
He's
two?
written everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Was it the same Andy through all of them?
No.
Nice.
Part 3, there was a
Are
different.
you sure
Andy.
he wrote everyone?
I'm positive.
Now you're gonna.
I
tell
do my
me-
fucking research.
You're gonna tell me Dead Alive came out in 1993.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a callback to the
the greatest hits that
yep.
just hasn't come out yet.
Volume 3. Well, we have it. It's just
Well, not for the people in fucking Radioland.
Oh.
If they're at the show, they got it.
It's just. I mean, they're available. It just costs a lot to ship to Radioland.
yeah.
All right, let's jump into this fucking movie. All right.
Yeah.
So I think has anyone here seen all of the Child's Play movies?
I have.
I've only seen part 2. I saw part 2
You've
in
only
theaters.
seen part 2?
You
Yeah.
only.
What?
How does that happen?
Why do you
this
only
one-
see part 2?
I don't like the Angry Muppet dude.
That is so
I don't like
random.
the angry Muppet dude.
Yeah. No, you're the dude, but the Muppet's the one I don't like you.
That is so random.
I don't like Chucky never did it for me, dude.
Why'd you see the second one then?
Well, because I was young and I did it for the money. No, I mean, I needed the money.
Was Harvey Weinstein responsible?
I just
Jerking off in a potted palm while you were watching
Yeah, I
it?
went over his house, watched him shower, told me he could make me a star, and then we watched. It was nice.
There's a story behind Raven Shadows. No.
That sounds like more of a story from my past than yours, but we'll go with it.
No, but I know they exist. I've seen parts on like TV and stuff, but I never like sat down and watched everyone. What was one where they were in the paintball games? Was that part 2? Wasn't it like a paintball?
Well, if that's the only one you've seen, probably.
Yeah, so that one.
That was Friday the 13th, part 6, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Well, I saw Lost Boys. Saw the shit out of fucking Lost Boys.
Last Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, Breakfast Club. Wisdom with Emilio Estevez. Remember that movie? Demi Moore?
You think they'll do a Criterion Child's Play?
Probably now. Fucking the floodgates are open.
No, they should do a Criterion. They should do a Criterion of dirty work. That's what they should be doing.
Dirty work, yeah.
I've seen all of them for sure.
Okay, good. So we have some people that have seen all of them, because I have not. Aries, by the way, before we begin, did you get? I don't know if you had a chance to see this. Okay, I didn't. Never know with Aries, so just wanted to check.
It's on Netflix.
Aries is a busy man.
I know.
He's got to maintain that beard every day.
That's true. Yeah,
it's a lot of work. All right, so let's jump into this flick here. Cult of Chucky, and it starts with a familiar face. It's got Alex Vincent in the first scene, who played Andy from the original Child's Play.
And part 2. He was in part 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in part 2. Yep.
I liked the opening a lot.
Okay.
I did.
Do you like seeing the dinner?
Yeah, I was hungry. I had some flashbacks. But no, I liked it. I mean, I don't know how much we're going to talk about. I mean, is it giving it away?
What, the beginning?
Yeah.
No.
We focus on the dude. They do a good job of showing stuff before, right? What do you call that shot? Like an
Flashbacks. You know those.
But no, there was a
pre-shadow.
Thank you.
Pre-Raven Shadow?
No. I was trying to think back to the volume 3 of the Greatest Hits where Johnny says the smart industry term.
Interstitials.
No, I don't think it's interstitials.
Outrostitials.
No?
Prestitials. You're just not going to let me fucking die, Johnny, right? You're just not going to...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm good. Well, I liked how they showed a montage. Maybe a montage.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a word.
Of the past.
A motherfucking montage?
Yes. Leading into it. And then he finds out that Andy's having dinner with Beautiful Lovely. Right? And apparently she knows some inside information on him. Knows that he might have had a history with a violent past. And so we get a sense that he can't keep relationships, right? Because everyone always finds out that he was involved in some shit.
Right.
So he goes home. He talks about how he's a gun nut.
Yep.
You know, he's like, I'm not a gun nut. I just like guns.
Well, he didn't say he was a gun nut.
Well, no, but it seemed like he said to the girl that, you know, he's not like crazy NRA. He just likes to have guns.
He said he had a couple.
A few.
That's what I'm saying.
And by the way, I think Violent Past should be a Juggalo name.
Yes. So we get home and we find that Andy has a secluded, you know, cabin in the woods. Sorry, Johnny.
What smells like bologna around here? Does anybody else smell that?
His fucking nipples.
It's his nipples.
Yeah. No, I really keep smelling like lunch meat.
It's probably from your fucking ass.
No, it's not. I know. I'm intimately aware what my ass smells like.
So are we.
Is it your mustache?
No. Why would that smell like bologna?
But I did like that after we see his crazy Punisher like gun collection, he goes into a secret vault, and from that vault he pulls out something from his past.
His penis?
Yes. The fucking Chucky's head. Chucky's head
Yeah.
is just there, alive, and he talks to it.
A Chucky head.
Yeah.
Right, whoa, spoiler alert.
And it's all in the condition that it was from the last film.
Right. So like he kind of held it like he can't keep a relationship, but as we first opened up to maybe, you know, he's stuck with this fucking doll, stuck with a Muppet.
I just love seeing you fucking bungle.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that for the millennials.
I think he's doing.
Don't call her millennials.
I think he's doing.
She
a
has
good
a
job.
name, you
yeah,
idiot.
she's only one.
No,
She's
but that's my demographic. I found out.
It's not your demographic.
It is his demographic.
Thank you. Yes.
Is it really? I don't think
You know.
so.
I'm skinny, but my jeans aren't. You know what I mean? It's just
Your demographic are the elderly because you all go home about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
yeah. But no, I was just trying to. I was doing some freeform bungling.
Your demographic are the millennials.
Or bungling.
Yeah. Off the cuff bungling. It's Q Buster.
All right, so yeah, we got that set up, and then we cut to a character I wasn't familiar with because, you know, like I said, I haven't seen
Right.
the last movie, and it was Fiona Dorff's character of Nika. And Nika's in a wheelchair, and she's getting transferred to like it wasn't a prison, it was like a mental institution, but it was a lower security one.
Right. Very far away and remote. And she agreed to go.
Yes. So she goes there, and then there's just some weird stuff going on, right? Like some weird people, obviously, but even the doctors and people are fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Especially the main doctor dude there.
Right, she's coming in because she's been deprogrammed over the years, or reprogrammed over the years, to be informed that she was responsible for the deaths of A. Chucky.
No,
Right.
that she's responsible for the deaths of like 5 people.
Well, it means death that caused by Chucky.
Right. Chucky actually killed them.
Big
Well,
difference.
no, I know
Yeah.
that. I didn't have to see the movies to know that, but the population doesn't know.
Right.
Right. She's
like-
being framed for the murders that
Yeah.
Chucky did.
It's the similar impression to Tommy Jarvis in Friday 5.
Yes.
And by the way, Raven Shadow, Leanna says, I am the Raven Shadow demographic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the
Thank
matter
you.
with these women?
Oh, we got Dr. Chris from Radio Horror in the chat room.
Galileo,
Oh,
Dr.
hey.
Chris.
So
He
there's
says
a.
a very, very weird movie, very different from the last one.
I don't think so. I thought it was very similar to the last one in tone. They definitely took a new plot device, but it didn't feel like it came from it. It wasn't like the middle two that were real different. It felt very different. Bride and Seed.
Bride
you know what
felt
I mean?
very different. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I saw Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, we all saw it together actually.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
with
right.
the-
Yeah.
yeah, we saw that, yes.
But actually, Dr. Kurz asked me to explain something to him, so I will. The reason that there was a impromptu love scene in the middle of it is because she had been locked up in a maximum security asylum for however many months since the last movie, and now she could get away, and she was horny. And sometimes people just have sex with people because they can. Yeah. And he looked at her,
unlike MZ.
Yeah, and he looked at her and was like, she looked at him and was like, well, you know, you don't seem as crazy as some of the other people I bumped in this movie, and
I could always do worse.
yeah, they you know, it's like, so they had sex.
As did you ever watch Oz?
Yeah, I mean, I have like, you know, I blew a dude because I had to work a double shift. once, so I can imagine what happens.
Soundbite.
I can only imagine what happens if you end up like in an asylum and in Supermax Crazyville for a while. So so you get horny.
Well, hey, I was at Rock and Shock with you guys all this week. I ain't fucking leaving my house this
Right.
next weekend.
Right. It was super. I was curious how you pulled that off with Guess.
Yeah, well,
but
that's a.
But yeah, that's. I understand why it seemed like just arbitrary, but like, I think that there's a bit of. You have to just kind of put a. You kind of have to just go back. Like, when was the last time that this woman was with somebody in a sexual way, and now she had the opportunity to for the first time. So they went for it, and same as him, like look at what the other options were on his floor. Like it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was slim picking.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's always the nurse, but
Well, I don't think that
there was no chance of that happening.
Right.
Well, it shows you too. Like she comes in with the perception that she's this, psycho killer, and for the dude to be like, "Well, she's handicapped and a psycho killer, but here's my chance."
Leanna says, "I don't know. Raven Shadow's got a vamp vibe around him. He's an ex-beau fatale."
There you go. Yeah, she's smart because she's young and knows things. She's not like corrupted like all you old fucks. like Aries. So bitter.
Sorry, Jim.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm the one guy in the room not picking on you. You attack me.
No, Aries is pretty cool, and he's actually open to a lot of things that people aren't aware of.
Yeah, it's like that double story I said.
Yeah.
All right.
I love you, Aries.
Jim, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna just mention how she did have sex with one of his personalities, though. So that guy was like smooth talking, like,
True.
So
true.
that was just one of multiple, personalities. But it was crazy because she realized like instantly, like he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" kind of thing. Like, who are you? Totally new, like it was like a new date the second time he saw her around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was like, "Wait, didn't we just bang in the hallway?"
Isn't that like a gangbang though, sort of? Gong bong?
Well, my question was like, do you feel it? If you don't feel it, like, did she feel it? Because I thought you're not supposed to feel it.
I wondered that too, but I don't know the level of her
Paralysis.
paralysis.
Right, like is
No,
it
she was
like,
she was paralyzed from the waist down, I thought.
Right. Well, the waist,
Yeah. I mean, it's everything.
I don't. That's a deep question. We need to find someone that has that answer.
Because I was kind of thinking that if it was a paralyzation of that area, I think just it was that moment of a connection
Yeah, I
between
don't know.
two people in this dark realm.
I think in some instances, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think in some instances, that shit still works.
Like, because she said that
Dick could bang Barbara.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if I was there, she'd be laying there like a baked potato, doing nothing.
I heard you started dating. Good.
Laying there like a baked potato.
Oh, baby, I'll be a sour cream. Let's play potato skins. That's just fucking rude. But she was always in the chair, right?
You're gonna make a movie called Virgin, 128 Days of
Chafing.
Solo, 128 Days of Virgin.
Please, Jim, jump in.
I was gonna ask you guys, what are your thoughts on the differences of like the CGI to puppeteering to like that's always been the thing that's kind of bothered me forever is like Chucky never looks the same. He looks like 30 different faces of Chucky. It's I don't know. What are you guys talking about?
It kind of bugged me.
The CGI Chucky was very noticeable.
Yeah.
I mean, in comparison to the animatronic Chucky, as well as child or midget in a Chucky suit. I mean, it's very noticeable. It's difficult not to notice.
It's like for me, if I had to say the most terrifying is just like the happy face.
Exactly.
Like that's where I think the older Child's Play movies, like you had that terrifying, like, wait, did the face move? you're sitting there staring at those like long shots where you're like waiting for it, but it doesn't happen. Like I prefer that almost more than the 10 seconds of CGI. You're like, wait, who is that character? Because like, who is the art director that was like, yeah, that looks like him? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's the thing that kills me on a lot of them is like the consistency.
Yeah, and I thought that whether it was an animatronic for, I think, a good portion of the like Chucky face like reactions and stuff,
which
like,
was very well done.
Yeah, it looked really
well done.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at like Freddy Krueger, for instance, like although very different makeup, even a lot of the figures I collect, they have completely different molds but somehow they still retain that resemblance of Freddy. You know, like through all the years with Robert Englund's makeup, like and different artists doing makeup, and they still like hold pretty well. I mean, I think New Nightmare, maybe he was a little different with like the claw hand was like bone.
He was a little lousy, is what you're trying to say.
No,
Yeah,
he looked awesome in New Nightmare.
Well, see, that's the thing. Some people hate or love like the trench coat with the bone fingers versus the old school metal glove. Like it's different. That's the thing. So with Child's Play and some of the newer Chucky movies, it's almost like they're testing out different Chuckies to be like, what do the fans like? Because here's like 30 different Chuckies,
Right.
Oh, we got another Raven J drawing. This one's fucking great.
What is that?
Let me put it up before I explain it, so it makes sense.
What the hell?
That's pretty great.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
All right, I'm showing it right now. It's Chucky is coming out of Aries' beard. He's kicking through his beard. He's got a knife in his hand.
That's the fucking movie poster. Cult of Chucky 2.
Beard of Chucky.
Beard of Chucky.
Beard of Chucky. That's a great title.
Yeah.
Beard of Chucky.
It's saying something because I suspect that a possessed demonic doll isn't the worst thing that could come out of there.
Right.
Someone called Harvey Weinstein to get this produced.
Complete with knife and everything.
Raven Shadow, he can't produce anything. He's been fucking kicked out of the motion picture industry.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck him.
He's a dick.
Does the bottom of his shoe say "good guys" on it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's the brilliance of Raven J.
Yeah, Raven J gets all that shit in.
I think
Nice.
one thing
Very
that's
good.
been lost in the series to no fault of the series because it's over time is a lot of the people when it originally came out were inundated with the doll that it was a parody of, which was the My Buddy.
Right.
Right.
And those dolls
My
were
Buddy.
fucking scary.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were.
yeah, right.
They were. No, he's
That's
right.
That's what's more terrifying. I honestly wish they did a new Chucky movie with just the doll and like basic animatronics.
Yeah.
I think it would be so cool, and like retro's back again. Like it's very popular. Like let's see some old school shit. Like I don't know. The over effects is the only thing, and I'm a art director and I work in an agency, and we use different vendors that do 3D work and stuff. And don't get me wrong, the new stuff, like people are critics, like, oh, that movie sucked, and it's like, do you know how much effort went into making that? Like, I understand, like I appreciate. I think that is the right word. Like the work going into like doing a 3D doll walking around a room is pretty impressive. Like we're so spoiled now with cinema with being so well produced and overly like 8,000 people worked on that film, that's where I give these guys credit because as much as I kind of hate on the 3D work, it was still pretty good. Like we're just spoiled.
I want more forced perspectives of like a guy in a suit running around in a Chucky costume. That's what I think is the one. Like the doll in Dead Alive.
But I would honestly, as an art, if you were art directing it, I would really reference the old school Child's Play.
Yes.
Really, just do it down to the material of the face, down to everything. Which honestly, in the movie, like some of the dolls looked really like they looked awesome. I was like, I would buy that doll, But some of them. Well, only because I collect horror shit. But I think some of the actual props were better than the CGI. Like I think the prop team did better with the couple dolls that were just being carried around, like they looked really cool, kind of creepy and well done. Little, obviously felt different than the original good guy, but it looked like a Chucky version of the good guy.
Yeah,
and it was well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I don't want to get too much into what occurs in the hospital, I guess, because it's not super spoilery, but if people are going to see this and they haven't yet,
that's all the movie is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what is this, the 7th film? If you don't know what's going to happen going in, then...
well, I mean, there's
I
some
would
stuff
say
that's
there is
different.
some fucking stuff that
Yeah.
I'm
Some
still
different
not
things.
100% positive why it went on, but I thought it was cool. Like things that hadn't happened in any other movies, really.
There was a particular death I thought was kind of interesting, even though it was it was clearly CGI. But
Was it the glass?
The glass.
Yeah.
The window, yeah.
I think that was the coolest one, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, guys, hold on.
right.
The shoes on girl smashing the head was the best ever.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
That ruled. That was practical effects and looked awesome. Like, I bet recording it, the whole crew around was just, like, celebrating. Because, like, the way that head just got all smashed in was, like, pretty brutal. Like, that was, like, yes. Like, holy shit. That's when, like, it was straight Rampage at the end. you know?
Yeah, that looked like something out of Irreversible. The way that head was just caved in and caved in.
Yeah, that was a good, violent, like, head smash.
Yeah.
And that's a scene that's been done a billion times, but I give them props, man. That was a really cool scene.
Practical effects, man. That's what it's all about. Unlike CGI, the scene with the outside with the cop, and he dies a violent death, and the blood ends up hitting. You see the shot from inside the car, and the blood hits the window, which is a painfully obvious CGI effect. But the practical effects, I thought were really quite good, and tip my hand to them.
Yeah,
I prefer that's where, like, a lot of the Child's Play films, I give that a ton of props, because you're having characters work with dolls. Like, it's like working with Yoda the whole time. You know what I mean? You have, like, all these guys doing, like, 6 guys under the floor working.
Whoa, Jim.
Whoa, hey, who?
Me no like Chucky.
It's the worst Yoda ever heard.
Yeah, that was a really.
What the fuck?
Not a bad Cookie Monster, though.
I was thinking Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah. Wrong universe here,
My
buddy.
impersonations are spot on. Don't make me bust out Hulk Hogan.
But yeah, I thought, that is where I wish they spent a little more money on practical and less on some of the 3D Chuckies that were looking crazy. I was like, what is that? Like, it just didn't work. Didn't connect.
I agree.
One thing I wanted to mention, I actually wanted to mention this at the beginning, but I forgot. But the score, did you notice who did the score, MZ?
No.
Joseph LaDuca.
Oh, that, yes, that's right. I did notice it, yes.
Who had scored all of the Evil Dead films.
Yes.
Or at least the original.
Yes, he did.
I don't think he did the remake. At least I don't.
I don't know.
I don't think so. But yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. But that's how he got to start was working with Sam
Joe
Raimi.
LaDuca, and he also did Hercules and Xena.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff with Sam Raimi, and he also did what's the one that he did with the Coen brothers, Raimi and the Coen brothers?
Oh, XYZ Murders.
Blood Simple?
No. XYZ Murders.
Crime Wave.
Crime Wave. It had a different name, yeah. So he did that one as well. So thought that was kind of interesting. And the I just thought that one scene, and I know it's kind of like a meta thing, and I know that the character she played before was a doll, but that scene where it's like, did someone ever tell you look like Jennifer Tilly?
I hate that shit.
Yeah, like I just
I don't mind that.
I don't like that.
I don't mind that. They did that in Rosemary's Baby, and I didn't mind it then either.
Yeah, that's just like a quick nod to the, I guess, the people that know her.
They should have said she looked like Meg.
So cheesy.
Shut
but
up, Meg.
And
shut up.
Shut up, Meg.
And it didn't bother me, but the soft focus in the hospital scenes was like bordering on overwhelming. Like, it almost looked like it was meant to look like a dreamlike state because of that soft focus. I don't know. It was just kind of distracting after a while to me. I guess it didn't bug anyone else. I don't know.
I never really noticed it. But I mean, it didn't really bother me.
It just was like whenever they showed the hospital during the day, it was like really washed out and white and almost cloudy looking.
Oh yeah, that I noticed. It was like it had a very strange structure,
ethereal kind of feel to it.
The building had a very strange structure to it. Like there was something happening in the foreground. I think it was a couple of characters speaking while the lights were being turned off in the back, and it's going off in a diagonal fashion.
Yeah.
It just looked very, very odd. I don't know why, but I know what you're talking about now that you're expanding on it a little bit more. But yeah, I agree.
Too much CGI, it's just unneeded. Like, just dial back that cost and put it towards just right. Like, I agree. It was a little over affected at points where you're like, it's like not even beautiful to look at. What I mean?
It's very distracting.
Other than that, though, I thought the movie looked fine. Like in the beginning, in the opening scene, MZ, the one that you said you really liked, I thought the movie, like, there was some really cool shots in it. And
the snow scenes were cool, and the glass coming down. Like a lot of scenes were really well done. Like I know, I talked to a couple people already. They're like, that movie sucked. I'm like, I don't know. There's certain things that I always find in movies that I really appreciate, and that was some of the death scenes were really cool. Like if you add the cheesy Chucky mixed in with really cool death scenes, like I don't know, it was pretty awesome.
I always get irritated when people say, like, talk about a slasher movie and go, well, it was lousy, but the death scenes were awesome. Because, like, what are you fucking there for?
Right. That's what it is. Right. Like, what are you expecting with a talking doll?
Yeah. Right. I appreciated the plumber's acting, but the rest of it was just fucking.
Right. Yeah. Now, this might be a tangent on what Dynamo was just talking about. I was just going to bring this up. Do you feel that the magic of the animatronics for the Chucky doll has worn itself out, or is there something new in it that could still be built upon?
I think
without the use of CGI.
I think that they came up with a fucking cool plot device that gives a lot of options. Like, and they did it in a way. Though I like this film, they did it in a way that they didn't give the Jason worm and Ricky Soda steps off his vagina a chance to kind of grow. They kind of developed it over 2 movies and then like really popped it off at the end of this. So, I mean, I don't know so much about the animatronics because the budget of these movies are not going to go up, right? So, the reality though is if you find a way to lessen that and then only bring a Chucky in for like the money stuff, like at the end, I'm for that.
Let's see. First time Mike says, soft focus. Is Tiny White going to pop out like a ninja?
It was like being in the Tiny White maze.
Yeah.
To answer,
and actually, you know what? After we played the show, it was like kind of like looming and like dark. Obviously, it was dark as we got back to his house so late, and I was drunk, stumbling through his maze. But I was like, this is amazing. But yeah, they the lighting for sure was. He's got all kinds of lights and all kinds of fun stuff now. So
to answer Leanna's question real quick that she asked in the chat about, she mentioned some things that she would want.
Yeah, atmosphere, tension, and scariness.
I have a lot of movies where I get that. I have Session 9. I have even some of the works of. Dario Argento or early Fulci, like
I watched that a couple days ago.
That's not why I'm there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Gothica.
Yeah. Why are you turning off tonight? Why are you turning off Friday the 13th? Oh well, I feel like this just lacking a little bit of nuance when he smashed that girl's head through the RV. Like it's just not why I'm there. Like and there's room for everything. Like. I always go back to pro wrestling, but I like a nice, good story told as much as I occasionally do like a big spot fest with people flip-flop and flying. So, and I don't need, I'll never be one of those people that say like, oh, like they did good, that move that had 5 guys in it that happened to all be aerial masters. They did a good spot, a lot of spots in that, but they didn't tell a very good story. Or, the Ramones that's a really funny track and it's catchy and all, but like I feel like it really lacks the nuance of a Leonard Cohen piece. Like, it's just not why I'm there. That's just me. Like, I don't, I don't like all slasher movies, and there's definitely a line where, in this film in particular, is on that line. But like it's just not why I'm there. Like I don't need every movie to give me everything.
Yeah, I call it like the Disney formula. There's the good guy, the bad guy, love, hate, action, crime. Like everything. To your point. I mean, yeah, you go in there, that there's going to be a CGI or a little animatronic doll walking around. Like what? And it's killing people. So like you're like, just run away or kick it. Like we've been saying that since it came out. You're like, I'll kill that little doll. Right. But that's what's so ridiculous about it. And yeah, you go in and it's the fun factor.
Yep, yeah, for sure. And in the chat room, Bosch says, good point. I only watched this flick because you guys are covering it. And then Leanna says, well, for Friday the 13th, I just thought it was boring. The arrow kill was cool, but
I've actually only seen the first Friday the 13th one time.
Get out of here.
One time as an adult. Yeah, I'm sure I saw some. I like Jason. I like Jason's like fucking walking around and fucking people up like a train crash. Like that's why I'm there. Like anything else
what are
is
your thoughts
extra.
on Baghead Jason? Because where Chucky's kind of been the same. Like Jason has gone through changes. Are you into Baghead Jason?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
A lot of people prefer Baghead
I like
Jason
futuristic
over
fucking
Jason.
robot face Jason. I love it all. I love Jason. Like
you like Jason X?
Yeah, really? I love it. I saw that.
Oh, you're
shit
the guy.
Twice. Yeah, whatever.
But I'm like a space
dude that likes
nerd
butt crack.
and Jason fan, but I hate Jason X.
Jason X is barely tolerable at best.
It's horrible. It's so bad.
I love it. What were you looking for?
Lightsabers.
Like I understand when people don't like Jason Goes to Hell because
he was barely in it.
Yeah.
But
I'm not.
I don't watch that one much either.
There's a
Well,
point.
we'll see. Also, it's Jason X was missing a lot of the tropes that slasher movies have, and that is violence
and the wrong setting.
The unrated version of that is very violent.
And I think even
there's that whole Peckinpah style diner scene
in what
in
Jason X.
Oh no! Sorry.
I was gonna say I don't remember a diner scene in Jason X.
Space Diner.
Space Diner. Wait, like in Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Yes.
A load of the soup.
No, I think so. What slasher elements was Jason X missing?
Well, I think the violence is one. Personally, I think the violence is one.
He freezes some lady's face and smashes it into a wall.
That was the highlight. That was the highlight. It was a cool scene. Yes.
What
Jason
about the
X
person's
is
face
like
as he pushes
porno.
through the
It's
wall?
like you skip past everything and you only want to see the good scenes.
I like it. It's not
That's
the best, but I like it. It's better than Manhattan.
Well, yeah. So again, getting back to Child's Play and Chucky, I think they all have certain elements, but the rewatchability is kind of a factor. Where I thought Curse of Chucky, the previous one, was better than this one, but I think they're kind of at the same level. It's just it's modernized for a younger generation, but you have the old elements mixed with some kind of new twists. And I do give credit where every movie has been different theme, I guess, or a different way in on the Chucky, culture.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's I like the mythos of Chucky. I just don't know where else they can go with it. I mean,
they just keep pushing all over the place. They're like, all right, he's got a girl, then he's got a kid, then he's doing this. It's like, wouldn't he be dead as a normal guy at this point?
Yeah, I mean, what's he going to do? A million Chucky March soon? I mean, I mean, that's the only thing he could do left. Or
I would
Chucky
love
in space.
to see without saying any more, because we were trying not to spoil a little bit, I would love to see a siege film from this one.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think I actually would have preferred that, honestly.
Giving credit where credit is due. Well, I had to set the.
Yeah, I know.
Giving credit where credit is due. You got to say, Chucky has done than any of the slashers that I can think of. Chucky has done more to revitalize itself from film to film than almost every other.
Yeah, and there may be some missteps, but at least it's trying, you know.
Now, I haven't seen the other two previously before this one, and I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for us reviewing it, I'd probably be passing up on this as well. But the last two films, was he at all interested in getting out of the good guy doll body?
That was his fucking agenda in all those fucking movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it wasn't exactly showcased in this film, at least not that I could tell.
The very end, and they're like, "This is a new look."
Well,
that I thought was very. I mean, yeah, to the point, like it's always been about getting out of the doll.
Okay, all right. Well, if that's here's the thing I don't get. But here's the thing I don't get, Jim. Charles Lee Ray as a killer, okay, is more efficient being in that good guy body than he is being a human being. So you would think even though he would have to pay, he's basically paying the ultimate price of being trapped inside a plastic doll's body. As a killer, he's far, far, far more efficient.
That is true. I think for a number of kills,
He definitely stomped some fucking face in a human body in this one.
Yeah, but I think he maybe wants to ride all the big kid rides. Maybe he wants to just, not be a doll anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, he wants to have sex.
Thank you, Jim. I was going to say it, but I didn't want to.
Well, that's what Tiffany's for.
Right, exactly. So, I think that's why, again, I mean, at this point, I think anyone listening, if you haven't seen the movie, just turn this off and go watch the movie or pause it and come back. Yeah, I mean, it's, I thought at the, the way it's like, all right, this is the new form I'm in. It had the very Skeleton Key vibe of like just the body moving from body to body. But this one, it was also like, well, what's going on with the head back at the crib? Like there's so many Charles Lee Rays at this point.
There's a lot of questions, or how they even figured out they could do that. Like I don't know.
Right.
Like
how many times is this guy? Yeah, he's like all over the place. Like you can have a zombie of him, like zombie apocalypse of Chucky's.
As much as I want to know how this all goes on, like I fear for the next movie having so much exposition of how.
Yeah, it's going to be called Chuck Lives Matter.
All that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
You are the.
You're such a dummy.
It's going to be a Chucky apocalypse where all of them keep transferring over to. They just take over everyone. I mean, I guess that's what could happen. It's all this voodoo curse, I'm
going to start doing the show at 6 p.m. on a Saturday, so Monster Zero has to go home.
Wow.
What the hell?
I don't know if I get it.
You're going to
Oh, it's Harvey Weinstein and Mars.
Do I not have a beard?
You do. It's very
It's
light.
not
Yeah,
quite
it's very
called
gray.
it yet.
It's a goatee.
I look like Sami Zayn.
You do. That's what threw me off. You look a little like.
Showers this way.
That's a really good Harvey Weinstein.
It
Who
really
draws
is.
It
It froze up 1 sec. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, this is another Raven J
Like
special.
The potted plant in the background.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right, let's get this live here. It's another Raven J special.
My Monster Zero's out of here.
That's good.
The political correct police.
Jesus Christ.
Would you stand for that, Mars?
No, but I probably get on my knees. No, I honestly, like, all jokes aside, like, I love to make, like, jokes about current events. It's so fucking easy, but, like
you
that
can't
guy,
joke about that.
That guy really hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
because,
you can't joke about that.
Like, think about, so we often talk about the Benoit tragedy and even like the Jeepers Creepers thing and everything else, but like this guy casts a fucking huge net over my cinematic experience that like I feel like, you know, like every time I put in like a huge chunk of my collection, like I could probably go forever without putting those Victor Salva movies in again. But like, how am I gonna avoid a fucking one of his film companies like in the watching movies from the last 35 years?
One thing I thought was awesome, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kevin Smith said that all the residual checks he gets from the movies that were on Miramax, he's donating to women organizations to help women.
I think he said Rain, which was awesome because that's
I did. Yeah, I don't recall
that's
which
Mick
one.
Foley and Tori Amos's charity of choice.
Cool. Yeah. So all the residuals coming from those fucking movies, which I'm sure is going to be a pretty penny from here until, you know, whenever.
Yeah, because I mean they'll be making those fucking on every new format, you know, for the next.
Yeah. So I mean that's Clerks, that's Chasing Amy, that's Mallrats. Is it? I don't know if Dogma was there too.
Dogma. I think all the way up to Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
And all of his films,
even in James
have the
Bob,
Miramax symbol on the box.
Miramax.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking about that.
Fucking
Yeah.
Miramax. I say that all the time, like fucking Miramax.
Yeah.
They're my best customers for the drugs, right?
and here's one thing about that is, obviously, rightfully so, Weinstein is done. He's done. Like he can never work in film again, which is fucking good. Like that's the system working. But what do we do about people like Roman Polanski, like Woody Allen, like Victor Salva?
Thank you.
Like, are these people okay? Like, when you start to pick and choose, it becomes, it's kind of a slippery slope, right? Like, so is Hollywood saying we're okay with Roman Polanski raping a 13-year-old?
That's the fight I get in all the fucking time. I know so many people, because when Jeepers Creepers got announced, 3, is it?
3,
got announced a few years back. People were like, fuck him, fuck everything about him, fuck everything. And then you'd scroll 3 posts down and they'd be like, yeah, Rosemary's Baby is coming out in special edition. And
like,
I try to separate the art from the artist.
Unless it's a really vile
can you separate that though?
It's unfortunately sometimes on a case to case.
Well, we're not talking political views here. I mean, this, you know.
No. I know, but you also have to realize there are certain and to flip the side and switch some of the people who were excited about Rosemary's Baby. They had their whole entire life to love Rosemary's Baby with maybe not understand. Like when Jeepers Creepers came out and Jeepers Creepers 2, the internet wasn't as big of a predominant force in my existence. So I didn't know any of that. So I fell in love with both those films, and now retroactively have to put my feelings on that.
Well, it's kind of like the Benoit situation, like you had mentioned.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like we can still respect his body of work,
right?
But what he did was fucking
terrible,
undefensible,
right.
Indefensible. I mean,
anyone who saw me wrestle, especially in NCW, I did his whole moveset, and the ones I didn't, Tiny did. So I don't it literally ham-hocked me when that happened as a wrestler. You know what I mean? Because you weren't gonna fucking throw those suplexes, you weren't gonna do flying headbutts, you weren't gonna do the crossface, and I think that it is tough, but you also have to realize that there is now going to be a generation of wrestling fans and film fans that are going to come up after all these people are dead, and it's going to be easier for them for sure to put the separate the art and the artist because they're not living entities. You know what I mean? Right. And I don't think it's quite as vile as people who are like I get pissed when I'm in the mall and I see a fucking Charles Manson shirt. I just want to fucking punch that person in the throat. I think, for me, again, Jeepers Creepers and Rosemary's Baby, which I'm not a superhuman fan of, but I mean, Fearless Vampire Hunters, I loved that movie growing up. It was always on the movie loft, and I didn't know anything about Roman Polanski's life beyond that. So I had the ability to fall in love with those films. Now, I do find I never I never upgraded. I don't have a DVD of Fearless Vampire Killers. Like, I never got it. It was like a VHS was the last time
Was
I
that
had
Polanski?
it. Yep.
Okay.
Polanski and Shannon Tate, the most beautiful woman to ever grace a Hollywood screen. And,
Ms.
you know.
M, by the way, Ms. M's pissed we're having this conversation without her.
And I never had the, and I never, like, I don't have the Jeepers Creepers Blu-rays. You
I've
know
never
what I mean?
seen Jeepers Creepers.
You know, like, it sucks, too, because even fucking Clown House, I had never seen that before and went back and watched it. Without what happened beyond that, and I'm glad it did. I'm not wishing people didn't find out. I'm wishing maybe it didn't happen. I think that movie would be a fucking classic. I think that would be a great gateway horror because it's about young kids. It's not very gory.
Right.
It's very scary. You know, like Invictus Salva is has elements of being a master. I don't know if it's the budget or the schedule or whatever that at times makes it fall apart, but there are some incredible things in almost every single one of his horror films.
You know what, though? Like, this is a really important conversation. I said it, Raven Chow. It's an important conversation.
No, I agree.
And we say all this shit. Look who is at the fucking top of the food chain of our country.
Right.
Like, a man who's been accused of sexually assaulting many women.
Right.
And this dude is the fucking president.
Right. No.
You know? Like, we can't really,
awesome.
like... Yeah, like, what do we do about these other people when we elect a fucking scumbag like that as the president?
Well, we can, you know, because we didn't vote for him, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same sort of thing. Raven J said he threw his Jeepers Creepers out and obviously didn't upgrade. So, you know, he voted with his, with his wallet. You know, the system is broken politically far less so than it is in commerce.
I want to get Ms. M's point. She says, when you separate the art from the artist, you tacitly... I lost it. Shit, where'd it go? There's so much going on in the chat room, I can't even keep up. It keeps disappearing. When you separate the art from the artist, you tacitly approve the artist.
I don't know what that means.
You can't continue to put money in their pocket without saying their behavior is okay with you.
I disagree in some elements. I would never buy a painting by a pedophile or a rapist. But a lot of people make a fucking movie. Justin Long, as far as we know, didn't sexually harass anyone. There's a busload of kids, actors, that, you know, like if Jeepers Creepers 2 had failed, like their career would have been in the shitter. You know, so like a movie is a little different for me. And, you know, wrestling is more like an artist thing, but it's tough. There's two people wrestling, right? In the Booker T. Chris Benoit series, Booker T. didn't kill anybody. Jushin Liger didn't kill anybody. Ed Guerrero didn't kill anybody. So now, if you're eliminating, especially from an analytical following art point of view, you're cutting into you're now making a victim people who made art with these people without, you know, half their career is in the sewer. You cannot tell the Eddie Guerrero story or the Chris Jericho story or the Booker T story if you're going through their body of work without the Chris Benoit element, because it's sort of like they were playing garages and then were legends, and 50% of the reason they were legends were Chris Benoit.
So Ms. M says, so the type of art determines when it's okay to be an abuser.
No, the you're not listening. The fact that...
Whoa, you said that to Ms. M.
Yeah, well, she's not listening. the fact that a lot of people make movies. A lot of people
But
make
it's
movies.
it's his vision.
What if Ian Curtis... what if the guitar player of Joy Division was a rapist?
Yeah, but he's not.
Well,
I mean,
no, right.
to our, you know.
Right.
Okay, well, you don't have to dislike the actors that are in the movie because they didn't know about his what he was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Right. And they chose to be in a movie with him. But you don't have to see that movie. You can see their other movies,
right? And
you can enjoy their other movies. You can enjoy them as actors and actresses.
And I think I do see what you're saying there, Mars. But then there's two where I think there are some acts that are so fucking atrocious that it casts a shadow over the art.
Ms. M says, "What?"
But like directors, Spielberg gets the credit. It wasn't The Best Boy that made me, love E.T. It was Spielberg, and some of the directors, survive or die by their films. They're the ones on the helm. I mean, the flip side is, I did see Dark Knight Rises, but I still could not get the image out of watching the fucking motherfucker who shot that theater up that day. I was off that day, and watching the footage and the highlights of that assault. And even I haven't watched Rises since I originally saw it, and I don't know.
But that doesn't have anything to do with any of those artists. That's a whole different thing.
Well, no, fair.
Wow,
But
Leanna just called you the MVP, Raven Shadow.
Thank you. She's my girl, dog. But and you're right. He didn't. Nolan had nothing to do with it.
Most
but
valuable
it was that,
pedophile.
No, that's not fucking funny, dude. That's not funny, dude. That's a bad thing. Who said that? You?
Me.
I was going to give you a smooch later. That's not going to happen.
And listen, to clarify, with this exception of, I guess with the exception of the Benoit thing, like, I don't, I'm about to be taken to task for something I actually don't do. But all I'm saying is that from an analytical contemporary thing, when you are looking at the fabric of an art form, I don't, it takes 1 million people to make a movie. So if somebody wanted to see Jeepers Creepers, I wouldn't
begrudge them.
I might begrudge them, even though I finally broke down and watched it for watching Clown House, because Clown House is the film that it happened on.
That really was a thing.
Right. Or Powder. I think Powder too. But I don't think the type of art makes the person any better, to answer your question, Miss M. I think the type of art makes the circumstances different. And again, I'm not watching Jeepers Creepers. I fucking don't. I hate Polanski. And I have about 22 hours of Chris Benoit on VHS and DVD that I probably haven't
watched since
put on. Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm not advocating for these artists at all. What I'm saying is that each art that has extenuating circumstances that makes throwing the baby out with the bathwater a conversation. Art isn't like a fucking round ball where it's like you can throw it and it encompasses all art. Art within itself, there are different kinds of music, there are different kinds of wrestling, there are different kinds of film, there are different kinds of every sort of media. You can't just say, in my opinion, you can't just say with any sort of art, if this happens, you do this, and that's all there is to it. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, it's a slippery slope, because now that Harvey Weinstein is essentially done with film, he's been blacklisted, which he should be, and he's someone who's working currently. I mean, I guess Woody Allen and Roman Polanski are still working. Maybe not quite as prolific as they once were, but they're still working. And eventually maybe they'll get theirs.
How
I don't
old
know
was
when
that Woody Allen girl?
It was his daughter, dude.
That was his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
How old? When she turned
like
18.
Yeah.
When she turned 18, he said, "I do."
But he also there's a lot of accounts of him raping his 7-year-old daughter.
Woody Allen?
Yeah.
Real.
No.
He's probably not a good guy.
I mean, these people, Polanski and Allen in particular, not so much Salva. Fine filmmakers, very good filmmakers, but as people, and I will include Salva in this, they should be strung up by their balls.
Yeah, I don't.
Plain and simple.
I don't watch their stuff, and I'm always disappointed. I mean, again, with like, I don't know. Like, I also always have a hard time having people say no to work at certain parts of their life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was a rumor or anything else, but I mean, everybody's saying that, but how many assholes watched that last fucking X-Men movie? Like, how much irrefutable proof?
Bryan Singer?
Yeah, how much irrefutable proof
So
matters?
What happened with that? Now, to my knowledge, there was an incident that years ago there was a party and something might have happened with an underage dude.
He is pretty renowned.
But I don't know more than that. And it seems like it never.
Take that story you heard about that guy came out and then backed off and like times it by a party 7 days a week for 25 years. That's like his reputation in a lot of ways.
Because that didn't really come out anywhere. We were waiting for it to blow up before.
Well, how long was this fucking dude who had no value to the people at large? Like, how many people even understand what a film producer does? Managed to keep his shit under wraps.
Well, because he owned a company,
right? And he was blackmailing people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, look at what 20th Century Fox did to that fucking campaign. When that kid came up, they had the money to make that kid look like a fucking idiot by saying like, well, this is just somebody trying to fucking corrupt our opening of our film. Like,
But was that true though?
I don't know. Were you there when Roman Polanski raped anybody? Like, were any of us there? Like, who knows? Like, we only know, I mean, Victor Salva. I hear a lot, like even Monster Zero sometimes. I hear him damn Victor Salva more than anyone else. And he made a reprehensible crime. But of the monsters we're talking about, he's the only one that served any time. Maybe not enough time. Maybe not enough of a punishment. But he's the only one, like, Roman Polanski fucking split town. And then rich Johnny Depp went and worked with him.
Right.
Did you guys see recently Corey Feldman? There's like a...
the clip has been going viral like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's been talking about it for 20 years.
Right. Yeah, it's just a matter of, again, because what's going to happen is that my Miss Adams going to get mad at me, and everyone's going to get mad at me, and what's going to, like that I'm pro pedophile, but I think that it's a, you have to really think about it, and you have to try in certain instances. I think certain arts it's cut and dry, right? If I am a broadcaster or even here, if it came out that I was a rapist, right? Like, is it fuck Trick or Treat Radio? Because Johnny put his whole entire life into this.
Well, I think what you've been trying to say is, like, look at the credits of a movie.
Right.
There's, like, thousands of people that were blood, sweat, and tear working morning till morning, on a film. And some scumbag guy that's related to that work of art,
right?
Whether he paid for it or he was the director or whatever, that he did it, outside. I totally get what people should be. Yeah, lock them up, burn them,
right?
Fucking
kill those people, but not for nothing.
Well,
a Hollywood film usually has 3 other people that are actually directing parts of that film. It doesn't even count as stunt coordinator. They didn't rape anybody.
Here's the thing about that, though. If like, in hindsight right now, like, Rosemary's Baby probably still makes money because of the residuals and having it screened and DVD, Blu-ray, whatever.
Right.
Like, I bet Roman Polanski's probably the only one seeing money from that. Maybe the star. But the way it breaks down is if the best boy got paid, like, probably hourly. He's not seeing any fucking residuals.
No.
So if you want to stick it to someone and you don't want to buy that movie, you don't want to, like, if you want to vote with your money and say, I don't want to support this guy.
They get no money on the back end.
You do that, and then Roman Polanski's just not going to get your money or, the residuals from you.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the other 300 people that worked on it because they're not going to see any of that.
Yeah, steal those movies.
There's only 2 people that's going to be making money off of any serious money off of Rosemary's Baby, and that's Polanski and Castle. Or at least Castle's family, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, but, again, that's the commerce end of it. You know what I mean? Like, art has a life of its own. And, like, from an artistic study and stuff like that, you end up having, it's just a different animal. Like sometimes the art... can exist in a vacuum for just your critique of it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to pay for it. I mean, people fucking steal movies from good people. So, I mean, the commerce end of it is another, is almost a ludicrous thing now. But I think that the reality of it is if, you know, if we found out that Bach was a terrible person or a worse person, you know what I mean?
Johann Sebastian?
You would still,
Yeah.
you would still be able to
Love Skid Row.
well,
They did 18 in Life, dude. That song was dope.
yeah, I love Skid Row, but you don't have to condone that. You don't have to support that. But from an analytical point of view, you can still understand that that's a beautiful piece of art.
Well, I mean, like, you know, I love Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Vince Neil fucking had a bad day and made somebody have a worse day.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
And his response was, you know, lots of money will get you out of lots of trouble.
Right.
You know?
Well, what about? I mean, there's pedophilia. According to Feldman, there's pedophilia going on. It's rampant throughout Hollywood. If you listen and if you believe what Feldman is saying,
I still believe
there. You know that attacking and raping and pedophilia is as natural as breathing in Hollywood. And if that's the case, then we should be feeling this way about virtually every film that's come out.
And be happy we're in New England.
Not every film that came out. Like
I said almost every film.
That's a pretty fucking diaper filling generalization.
I do think I agree, but
I do think this is the tip of the iceberg. I think a lot more allegations are going to be coming out.
Oh yeah,
and there's going to be a lot more people who hopefully it gets cleaned up, because that shit's just like it's predatory behavior, taking advantage of people who want to make it, and it's just it's fucking stupid.
And
like,
Have you heard that audio yet? Has anybody heard the audio yet of the girl with Weinstein?
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
It's disturbing.
Oh shit, is it really?
But I mean, I spoke about
disturbing.
this on some other show, like a million, like, you know, like at the beginning of this political fiasco that we wake up every day, and the flip side of it, with our helplessness and our hands tied of that political thing, might make people more militant or more ready to act against these monsters in other stages where they do have some say. Mm-hmm. And I hope that we're starting to see that now. Again, let me just say, because I know the way fucking the world runs wild, I don't support Victor Salva. I didn't like Roman Polanski that much before I found out he was a monster. I don't own a single Woody Allen film on any medium, right?
Didn't Roman Polanski get a fucking standing ovation at like the Oscars one year or something like that in the last few years?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you stand in front, I mean, there's...
Yeah, he did.
We don't know how many monsters were there.
Exactly,
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's a good point.
And Hollywood's a weird thing, too. There's so many fucking layers to that onion. Like, we look at actors, you know, that older generation of actors as glorious things, right? A lot of them were hiding something. You couldn't be gay.
Right.
You couldn't be a strong African American or any sort of different nationality without being a cliche.
Right.
You know, without
wing and be a communist.
Yeah,
or
right.
something.
Stereotype.
You were red listed. You were blacklisted. There was like a million ways. You know, like 1978 or whenever that was rolls around, and like you're dealing with probably for one reason or another a room full of fucking repressed motherfuckers that have been hiding something.
Right.
You know, like that was, you know, you have guys, you know, like there were dudes like I think Rock Hudson clapping, if we're thinking of the same thing. Like that poor asshole was hiding his whole entire existence. You know, and if you think that doesn't happen anymore, what fucking happened to what's his name who made Cemetery Man?
Right. Jesus Christ.
Mikhail Sauvé?
No, the star, Rupert Everett.
Yeah,
Rupert
Everett
Yeah.
came out and that fucking ended. Like
Right.
you know, like Hollywood is a different entity. Like is a sub entity of art in the sense where like it's like Mos Eisley, right?
Yeah,
It's
a hive of scum and villainy.
You're either repressed or you're, you know, there are a million ways, royalties or racism and sexism. Like it's not a secret, It's not a good place. It's not a good, it's not a good thing. Like, every time you go to the movies, there's a chance that you're down the line going to find out that somebody involved with that is not a good person. It's just the fucking law of averages. It's like when I had that fight about the NFL with Monza Zero. Like, if you take an entity that is the size of a population of a large town or small country, pretty good chance that a lot of those people aren't good people. Because if you take Leicester, Massachusetts, or Millbury, Massachusetts, or Grafton, Massachusetts, not Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, but if you take those places, there's probably not a lot of fucking... There's a house 4 up from me where a dude around the corner, 4 up from my buddy Weber, where a dude killed his family with a fucking axe. That's in my small town. Now you take that percentage of the amount of people in K-Circle that are fucking monsters and sociopath and time that by a fucking city the size of Los Angeles or a city the size of New York or the NFL or an entertainment industry like a abstract thing like Hollywood, right? Odds are there's going to be bad people there. They're going to be monsters. Like, we shouldn't be surprised that there's monsters.
I don't think anyone's surprised.
We should be surprised that this journey is so important to some people that they let there be monsters.
I do want to wrap this up because we have a lot of other stuff to get to. I just want to catch up on a couple comments. Leanna says, you can't be gay, but you can fuck your daughter.
Right.
Ms. M says, but people love to talk about outrage, but no one wants to get their hands dirty.
Never.
And let's see. First time Bosch says they were going to make John Ritter a big star once he came out and he got blacklisted.
Sure. Wait, what? John Ritter?
John Ritter? Yeah.
Jack Tripper?
John Ritter was gay?
Yeah.
You guys didn't fucking know?
No.
All right.
This is the first time hearing of it.
Which is fine. He's a very funny, talented man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we do have to wrap this up. We're on the fucking movie review, and we got like a half-hour derailment.
Victor Salva, Trick.
Yes. All right, so I think we're done talking about Cult of Chucky. Let's just head to the verdict.
I don't even know how we got there.
Because actually,
Raven J
sent me a message that says, I'm sorry. And I told him to not worry because I think it's an interesting discussion and one that should be
now everybody
discussed.
thinks I'm a pedophile.
But it was the Harvey Weinstein picture.
Oh, right.
That led us there.
I'm going to have a fight with Miss M. What do you think of that, Miss M?
I'm shocked. All right, well, let's go to the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat. Any final thoughts we may have? Marsman.
I thought this was before the last minute, I would have said this was a treat. I really enjoyed this. But I was a little put off by the serial-like ending of it. Like, I felt like there was a lot of assumption that, as good as it was, I was automatically going to come back to watch another one of these. You know what I mean? So there wasn't a very pleasing conclusion. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So this is a tepid treat. And also a tepid treat for other people. Because I compared this, though, probably a better film in construct to Phantasm Ravager. If you haven't been watching all these, you don't really have a horse in the race.
MZ?
Once again, for me, it boils down to the effects. And I thought the effects were really well done. Save for the CGI, I think the CGI was a bit distracting. And in contrast to the A-plus animatronics. I thought those were fantastic. The deaths were interesting. Not entirely original, but I think you've pretty much exhausted how far this character can go. Of course, there's going to be another film coming out. There's no question about it. But and chances are I won't be watching that. And if it wasn't for me reviewing this, I wouldn't be watching this either. So. Everything considered, I would give this a tepid trick.
That's worse.
Barely a trick, you mean?
Barely a trick, whatever. barely a trick.
All right, Aries, after hearing all this, you could be the layman, the person who's haven't seen the movie. What do you think?
I hate fucking dolls.
All right.
No, after listening to all this, I have no desire to see this movie whatsoever.
All right.
Although Meg Tilly's always fun to watch.
Yeah, she's in other movies I can watch.
And as an aside, Chucky never molested anybody.
That's fair. So far, it hasn't. I mean, things are going to start coming out.
Show me on the doll where the doll touched you.
All right, Raven Shadow.
Like I said, I watched the two. I forgot about one. I only saw 2 films prior, and I was kind of annoyed because I really wanted to finally watch fucking Doctor
And by the way,
Strange.
it's Jennifer Tilly. You said Meg.
See, I thought that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her sister.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Raven Shadow.
I'm trying. The
Try
Tilly,
harder.
The Tilly Police. All right.
The Tilly Police.
But then again, it was kind of like, all right, it's a breezy hour and like 30 minutes, right? Not a lot of subtext. I was pretty confident there wasn't going to be.
Oh, you didn't put your monocle on?
No. I was talking to New Hope, and I'm like, and she's like, I'm sure Johnny will have some fucking deep-rooted meaning behind it. But no, I kid.
You made her watch this?
No, she doesn't watch that.
Oh, okay.
No, on the phone. I had to stop talking to her to watch this fucking movie. What an idiot I am. But no. I figured it'd be kind of breezy and lights, and didn't have to think too much. And I was right. But overall, I agree with Aries. I don't like dolls. I don't like Asylum movies.
Oh, the British company.
Or the company. Yeah. But if you're a fan of the series, you might find something into it, and you could find worse things to watch a movie if you want to see the final installment or the next to final installment, whatever the fuck. But for me, dude, it was just a trick. It's not my bag.
The
baby.
penultimate installment.
The penultimate installment.
Can I add something?
My voice is still blown out.
For a change?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, well, I just wanted to, because I had it in my brain, I forgot all about it. But what I did like was the slight nods to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
In this movie,
Okay.
especially when you figure that Brad Dourif played Billy Bibbit in that film. So the electrode scene at the beginning. That took place in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and also Billy Bibbit's death in One Flew Over, resulting in him taking a piece of glass and slicing his wrists open.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Well, thank you for that, MZ. And for me, I was really on the fence with this one. While watching it, I honestly was kind of bored. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, once again, I feel like there was pieces missing, as Mars said, because I hadn't seen Curse of Chucky. And to be honest, I don't remember if I saw Seed. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Anyways, so there's definitely some missing holes here in my knowledge of the series. But I think that the movie can still stand on its own, even though you're kind of wondering, like, oh, who are these people and what's their history? But I think it still could stand on its own. But there was some cool stuff in it, but it felt like a retread of like one of those. I don't know if there's a specific one I'm thinking of, but kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street. One of the middle kind of Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Right.
And I don't know, like it didn't really do anything new. Not that I'm looking for it to like fucking knock it out at a new door or something, but I don't know. It just didn't really do much for me, and I was just kind of bored by it, I guess. So I guess it's just going to be a straight up trick for me. Just it's okay. It's fine. Some people are going to like it. I've never been a tremendous fan of the series. I like the first one, and I like Bride of Chucky a lot. But other than that, I don't know. It just doesn't really do it for me.
I like them okay.
Okay, but I don't.
I was thinking out loud.
I'm just giving my review here. So it's I don't know. It's just a trick for me. So I don't really
interesting
recommend it. So that's gonna do it for Cult of Chucky. So we've got some mixed reviews, mostly good though, good, but some mixed reviews.
Netflix really rated it pretty high, huh?
I don't know.
I'd like to give you guys my review.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. That's what people want to hear. What do you think about Harvey Weinstein?
Please, Jim. I would like to hear your review.
All right, yeah. So I am a fan of the series, so it was actually kind of interesting. I haven't chatted with you guys in a bit other than, preparing for the last show, but I was like, all right, I've actually watched it on Netflix. It is still streaming on Netflix, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. This is probably one of the one Chucky movies I'm not going to buy, because for me, again, with like the rewatchability, so, I'll watch them with my wife, and sometimes she's like really into it, but she's never been a fan of Chucky. I've always kind of watched them on my own because she's like, that's her least favorite out of all the movies we watch, and she'll watch Jason, Freddy, you name it. Chucky's probably her least favorite. I like the old classic, Child's Play vibe. That movie alone for me is awesome. So I've always been into Chucky, and again into the graphics and all of that. So there were certain parts that I really liked about the movie, but there was also certain parts where I was like, this is like, I really want to turn it off. And I watched it with her, and her sitting in the room kind of affected the vibe. She was just like, this is kind of shitty,
Yeah.
So that kind of changed my perspective on the film, because sometimes when you watch it with someone that's like not feeling it, you kind of feel like, yeah, this is pretty crappy. It's like, I'll walk in and she's watching a TV show. I'm like, this is atrocious. But she's like, no, it's really good. This is just like a weird, shitty scene. You're like, yeah, I kind of felt that way the whole movie, But I did like the death scenes. I thought they were really, really cool. Probably one of the better death scenes out of all the series, because the head smashing, the glass coming down, and like her saying like, I'd rather cut my head off, and then like you knew that was going to happen, So there were certain things that I enjoyed about it for sure. But there was also certain parts where I was like, this is probably the worst one, So, for me, it was like borderline trick. I would say it'd have to be a trick, because I'm not going to buy it. And usually I'm like, if I really love a movie, I'll go buy it to watch all the extras and see everything. But this one just was like, out of all of them, I could let this one go. I'm not going to spend like the $14.99 at Target or whatever to get it. So
yeah. Would you be sad if you got it with the rest of them though?
Oh, like a whole box,
like a box set.
Yeah.
Well, see, again, I'm into like all packaging design. So if it was a really cool box set that like came with him, and I'd spend $100 on like the whole Chucky set.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a blue, like I have all of them, and I actually have like the Chucky collection where it's like him in the little box set. I have like a lot of Child's Play kind of memorabilia, little prop things and stuff. But I just like the classic stuff. The newer thing is just stretching out this series. It's just more money. Like, oh, let's do another Chucky film. So, unfortunately, this one got a trick for me, and I was excited for a treat, but that's what I got.
All right. Well, there you go. Our review of Cult of Chucky.
God damn it.
Use your judgment when watching this. It's on Netflix, though, so it's practically free.
Right.
If you have a Netflix account. So, go ahead and watch it. And if you do, let us know what you think.
I need to be better at looking at the chat.
Definitely worth, at least it's worth watching it now during the Halloween season. It's like, throw it on. It's a good movie to just, like, if you're looking for a cheap thrill, it's perfect. It's
yeah. No, I won't disagree with that. I do feel like there are like, every time I get to the end of something at this time of year and don't love it, like I feel like there was 90 billion other things I could have watched. So I actually feel like I was a little hard on this, and
Yeah.
I could have been watching Blood Harvest.
It was fun. I watched it more alone. My wife kind of tapped out and left, but I watched it and I enjoyed it because I enjoy the series. But I feel like for the average viewer, they'd be like, "This is really bad." But for someone that's a super Chucky fan, of course they're going to see it anyway, whether we review it or not. So,
right.
That's kind of how I am. Like, I'll watch any Chucky that comes out because I have pretty low standards with movies. So, I'm going to watch every Chucky they'll ever make. So I'm a little harsh on it as well. But I would say, hearing all of your guys' reviews, I like wholeheartedly agree with everything you guys said. I'm like, yep, I agree with that. I agree with what MZ said. I agree with like all you guys were kind of mentioning about that film. But again, for the listeners out there, if they want to see something like, hey, It's on Netflix. Throw it on. It's fun. If not, you get an hour and a half of your life back.
Yes, Mars.
Forget it. Everybody's gonna get mad at me.
Is this movie?
It's better than Van Helsing.
Oh, okay.
I like Van Helsing.
I agree. That's a good statement.
You know what gets on my nerves?
Well, I just played that because Leanna
Yeah.
says, anyone have guilty pleasures? Mine is Van Helsing.
You know what drives me
Good
nuts?
fucking call.
And I'm not thinking anybody in particular, but it happens sometimes when I go in the chat room. It drives me nuts when we're on a good sidebar and people are like, are they reviewing the movie or not? Like, I don't know. Like, you can find 90 gazillion reviews of this fucking movie.
Well, I stopped
Guys,
it because
can I tell
No, it's not you.
because it's almost midnight.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you. You did your job. You're the producer.
Please, can I tell you the greatest story ever that has to involve Child's Play? I've been waiting to talk about it all night.
Please.
I was at a convention in Atlantic City, and it was a monster convention. So I, of course, went to that because I live in New Jersey. And Alex Vincent's there. So I go up to his booth, and, like, no one is on the floor because the convention was so big. It was, like, overly spaced out. But I got to meet, like, a lot of really cool people, and he was there. And he, like, reeked of weed when I went up to the booth. Like, he just came in from smoking.
Nice.
And I was talking to him. He's, like, a waiter in Florida, and, like, we're chatting, and he signed my, like, DVD. So I got him to sign, like, my little box set. And he's a super nice guy. And he's like, yeah, I just, like, wait tables and go to, like, conventions, and I'm still doing stuff with the series and, like, having a good time. So, like, he was a really awesome dude. And I ended up, like, forgetting to pay him for, like, the signature. Because, like, it was at a convention. You, like, pay for, like, signatures and shit, and photo ops and stuff. But I ended up just, like, hanging out with him for, like, 10 minutes. And we just, like, talked about life and just whatever. Like, hey, what are you up to? Like, he was just a down-to-earth dude. And it was really cool. It kind of makes you, when you watch a flick, you're like, oh, I met that guy. Like, he just... Right. You kind of know him a little bit more, if you meet him for a couple minutes. But he was super chill, and I think he's just kind of a go with the flow guy. He's like, yeah, I'll do another Chucky movie. Like, fuck it, But I feel bad now. I'm like, I kind of should, like, PayPal him because I didn't, like, pay for his, like, autograph. We just, like, hung out and chatted, and then I was like, all right, man, see you later, and just walked away. And I was like, oh shit. I realized that later I was like, fuck, I didn't pay for that, like, autograph.
That's the move.
That was your whole scam the entire time.
Yeah, like mind fucked him, and I was like, all right, see you, dude. All right, catch you later. And I just, like, walked away.
I'm just gonna go to ATM. Be right back, though. You stay here.
Well, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
He was
I'll be back with that 20. But no, he was really nice, and now I feel bad about that. But he was a cool dude. So it was kind of funny to see him a little bit more of a play. Like, you guys, and I don't want to really spoil it, but in Curse of Chucky, he does make appearance. So that was, like, kind of a fun part,
Yeah, and he was actually at Rock and Shock as well this past weekend.
Yeah, he's just bouncing around to the conventions and kind of, like, riding the wave. And I mean, why not? It's if it's, like, what you got in life, you can work your day job and just, like, live in Florida and enjoy yourself, and then travel around. I was like, all right, cool, man, that's awesome, and just doing it up. So. But, yeah, I thought his character in the movie actually was underplayed a little bit. I thought they could have brought him in a little bit stronger, but it still, like...
Yeah, it seemed like he was going to be a much bigger part of it, and wasn't as big as you'd expect, but, yeah. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage of Cult of Chucky, and next week we are going to be reviewing... Brawl in Cell Block 99. Now, this is a flick that's written and directed by S. Craig Zahler, who did Bone Tomahawk. So I've been looking forward to this one for a bit now. And listen to this cast. It's got Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Carpenter from Dexter's sister from Dexter, Don Johnson,
Word.
Udo Kier,
Nice. Shit.
and a bunch of other folks. Those are the ones that matter.
A bunch of other motherfuckers.
Bunch of motherfuckers.
Udo.
So this is on VOD. If you guys want to check out Brawl in Cell Block 99, I hear it's pretty fucking intense. And if you guys saw Bone Tomahawk, you know that S. Craig Zahler is a very good director, up and coming. And this is his latest offering. So we're going to check out Brawl in Cell Block 99 next week.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Can somebody go through the chat and figure out what things I said that Miss Matrix was yelling at me for, so I can go grovel and apologize for it?
Just say
'Cause I can
sorry
only see the
over and over and
response.
over.
You know, I could take her
No,
to
you
the
couldn't.
movies.
No,
and on
yeah,
a fancy
yeah.
date.
Maybe for a nice lobster dinner.
Yeah, for a delicious lobster dinner.
Looking at the poster art that I pulled for Cult of Chucky, I wanted that movie.
Yeah.
From the poster art. It may not even be like the real poster. It might have been like created by like a fan poster. or
I
something,
wanted a
but I liked
Weird
it.
Al parody done to Cult of Personality is what I wanted. Looking doll eyes.
All right, we got to head to break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to finish things up. We'll get some voicemail, and I want to just chat a little bit more about Rock and Chuck. But we're going to head to a break, and we got a new promo that's going to be in this little break that you guys will hear. So we'll be back in, as MZ likes to say, 2 and 2.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glory is a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
Hey there, this is R.A. Salvatore, call me Bob, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
We're back at Trick or Treat Radio.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hey, ho,
Hey, I got an announcement I want to make.
You got an announcement?
I got an announcement I want to make.
Okay.
This Saturday.
Here, let me put the spotlight on you.
Fuck you, man. What am I on?
Saturday.
What am I under integration here? Get
Yes.
that shit off
Let's
of
hear
me.
it. Let's hear it.
This Saturday, I will be. Shut that shit off. This Saturday, I will be on Retro with Raven
Whoa!
J. That's right. I'll be.
You're branching out, buddy.
Damn right, man. And I'll be on his show being interviewed.
You're being interviewed right now.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sequestered. Do I get a stick of gum at least, or do I get a dime to call my lawyer? And so anyway, this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be wild. It's going to be on Retro this Saturday.
Do you know what you're talking about?
I imagine retro horror films. We're going to be talking about.
I'm sure Transformers.
Horror. No, we're going to be talking about horror movies and the ones that have the heaviest impact on our lives.
Oh, Salo.
Yes.
All right, that's awesome. I can't wait. Raven Shadow's been branching out. This is one of your first Is it your first non-network podcast since you started doing this show? I know you had another show back in the day, but
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Ms. M says, "Boys, sorry I couldn't get my tech working, so I could have yelled at Dynamo in person. But I wanted to say that the highlight of my night were certainly singing with Nikki." Nikki Luparelli, that is, who always elevates everyone who's up there with her. And
I was elevated.
And, of course, meeting the folks from afar and seeing those who keep showing up every year. And then she said, "Jim, it's always a pleasure sharing the stage with you."
Oh, good times. Love you.
So, yeah, no, that's awesome, Ms. M, and I'm glad that you were able to get that in. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the air, but at least we could read it. And Bosch says, "Integogation." Apparently you said integogation.
Did I? Man, I got to start working on my words. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me.
Leanna says, "Ms. M, I'd love to see you duke it out with Mars."
There'd be 2 hits, you hitting him and him hitting the floor.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we got some voicemail. I guess I'll fucking wait for those dudes to come back.
Fuck them. Come on, let's play the goddamn voicemail.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
You can't stop the show because, like, 70% of the cast is missing. Show must go on, man. That's how it works.
First Time Mike says MZ was on Unchained talking about Mondo movies, and yeah, I meant non-network, non-Grand Guignol network shows, because I know he was on that, and I believe you're also on Elm Street Kids once.
I was on that twice.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I knew you'd been on some other shows, but this is your first non-Grand Guignol network appearance in like 5 years.
That's right.
Because you had another show that you used to do before you did Trick or Treat Radio,
right.
but it wasn't a podcast; it was a live stream.
That's right. It was a live stream radio program.
So there you have it.
I don't even remember the name of it.
You were with someone named what was
Louis
his name?
Paul.
Louis. Yeah.
Louis Paul.
All right. Well,
a fantastic author in his own right. By the way. He puts out great reference books in regards to European horror. So I suggest you look up that name and check him out.
All right, everyone's filtering back in now, so we can start playing some voicemail.
We all smoked cigarettes.
You didn't smoke a cigarette.
I did. I smoked a big cigarette with marijuana pot in it.
You did not.
I did.
Your throat would fall off.
I smoked a marijuana cigarette.
All right, I'm going to start off because we did get 3 voicemails from Leanna.
Oh, Mama
I wanted to make sure Aries was here, just in
Okay,
case.
you know what?
Just in case.
I'm not looking for a fight.
You found one.
Are you sure you don't want to go smoke again?
When you were smoking the pot, were you smoking it like this?
That's fucking nice, man. That's real fucking mean, dude.
That's not mean.
Only you can be on a fucking thing with somebody who has cancer and not be as healthy as them.
Thank you.
Ms. M says, playing the part of Dynamo will be MZ. Playing the part of Aries will be MZ. Playing the part of MZ will be Wolfenstein.
I don't think he wants that.
Definitely not. All right, so let's head to the tape. Let's hear from Leanna.
Hi, guys. This is Leanna once again.
Hi,
and
Leanna.
I am glad to be able to talk to you guys once again for this week. Now, first of all, I'm going to admit that I stole this idea from First Time Mike. I hope you don't mind, First Time Mike. I just very much love this idea. And the idea in question is reading you guys a poem Now, I'm not going to limit myself to Edgar Allan Poe, great as the man was, even if he did, marry his cousin. But
here's my point.
I have decided to pick up this collection I own from the Everyman's Library Pocket Poets, and it's called Poems Bewitched and Haunted. And it's specifically a Halloween collection of poems. So I figured, hey, what better thing to do during October than read you guys a poem from this collection. Today's poem is labeled as Two Ghosts Converse, and it is written by Emily Dickinson. I died for beauty, but was scarce adjusted in the tomb, when one who died for truth was lain in an adjoining room. He questioned softly why I failed. For beauty, I replied. And I for truth, the two are one, we brethren are, he said. And so, as kinsmen met a night, we talked between the rooms, until the moss had reached our lips and covered up our names.
Yeah, I like it.
That's awesome.
I dig it. I like the way she read it too.
I always close my eyes when I hear poetry because that was like one of my first loves back in the day. Back when I was a little bastard, I love.
And now you're
poetry.
a big bastard.
That's right. No, I used to have books of poetry and things like that. That kind of shit just relaxes the hell.
Well, now I understand.
Oh, good.
You've been spending your whole life reading poetry books with your eyes closed.
This is a good one, baby. I like this one.
Damn! You mean I could have read these even better with my eyes open? Why didn't somebody tell me?
Ms. M says 2 ghosts, 1 cup.
Whoa.
It's inappropriate, Miss M. I know.
That ain't ectoplasm.
Filled with ectoplasm.
That
right.
ain't ectoplasm, kids. All right, we got an
what a video.
We got an email just a couple minutes ago, so let me go right to the email before I forget. But it's from our buddy Cromcast Josh.
Nice.
By the way, we heard a promo from the Cromcast in that last break. And if you guys haven't checked out our boys over at the Cromcast, I recommend you do so because they get a great show. And so Josh says, subject, you guys! He says, the way you guys move so easily between silly shit and incisive political commentary is really impressive to me. I feel like a fraud. Keep up the good work, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you're not a fraud.
Yeah,
if anything,
no.
We're the fraud.
Yeah, we're sorry. Yeah.
I couldn't carry your bags into the podcast building.
But that's awful kind to you, Josh, and we appreciate it, even though we don't agree with you. So thanks for that, buddy. All right, let's head to First Time Mike. He says, what I did Rock and Shock Weekend.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. How's everybody doing?
Rolling.
I hope you guys had a great time. It looked like you had a great time at Rock and Shock. And the Dead Eye concert looked like awesome. I saw some of the Facebook posts about it. And the clip that Johnny put on there makes me wish that I was there. But First Time Mike did not just curl up into a ball and cry all weekend while you guys are having fun. First Time Mike had some fun of his own on Rock and Shock Weekend. On Friday night, I was planning on staying home and watching movies, but on Thursday on Facebook, I saw that a local theater, the Avalon, had a new horror series for the month of October called Shocktober, of course. But on October 13th and 14th, they were having a showing, which was the 4K restoration of Suspiria by Synapse Films. And it was only, I would have paid $20 to go see this, just to see it on the big screen and with the remaster, but it was only $5. So that was a bargain.
What a bargain.
And I tell you, that was amazing. I got there early, about 9:30. It started at 10 o'clock. And wearing, of course, my Goblin shirt, the Violin Demon.
Oh, yeah, I got that one, too.
Of course, because Goblin did the soundtrack.
Mars has it, too.
I got that one, too.
Yeah.
They were looping a retrospective from 1896 to 2016 of a horror movie from each year. And it was pretty cool. They had some 1910 Frankenstein,
Sweet.
1931 Dracula, a bunch of some Hammer ones, Coffin Joe.
Nice.
And it was that was some great watching beforehand. And then lights went out and you just heard the theme from Suspiria, an opening theme, and you just went into, and the print is gorgeous. Well worth seeing, well worth getting on Blu-ray when it comes out. Simply gorgeous. I mean, in the daylight scenes and the Technicolor, it just pops. There's details, and I've seen the movie at least 15 times, and I'm noticing details just for the first time. And even in the darker, even the darkness, the richer tones come out with the remastering. It's well worth seeing if it's in your neck of the woods. I'll post a link on the in the Facebook group. It was great. And so Saturday morning, like I mentioned last week, I went on a tour with a good friend of mine, and there's a local paranormal conference, and they had the Beer Baron tour of the Forest Home Cemetery, which is one of the biggest cemeteries in Wisconsin, and it's it's literally like about less than 5 miles away from me, and it's about 100 acres, I think, of property. And this tour was as you know, Milwaukee is the one of the greatest brewing cities of all time in the United States. And Pabst came from here, Miller came from here, Blatch, Schlitz, and I found out that all of them are interrelated. So it was an hour-and-a-half tour, and we turned around and we saw the different tombstones from all the beer family, got some history, and it was a pretty fun way to spend the Saturday morning. And it wasn't a nice sunny day; it was a misty fall morning. And as soon as we got done with the tour and I said goodbye to my friend, as we're going by, I go somewhere else and I park, and she left me a text, and of course it was missing the whole time, so it just started pouring after we left. So hey, I was meant to go on that tour. So with Suspiria on Friday and a beer tour on Saturday, what did I do Sunday? Went to breakfast with the folks, watch a bunch of cheesy horror movies, including Return of the Evil Dead, my favorite, now pretty much my favorite out of the Blind Dead movies, because it's very cheesy Spanish 70s movie, as only Spanish 70s movies could be, with their creepy machismo, blind Templars running around creating havoc, and lots of blood. Great movie, one of my favorites. And that's how I spent my Rock and Shock weekend. Love all you guys. This is first time Mike saying good night. Bye.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you had a great weekend, first time Mike. Obviously, it would have been phenomenal if you could have been with us, but, it wasn't.
That's what next year is for.
Yeah, it wasn't in the cards, and it sounds like you had a great time. So, very pleased to hear that, and thank you for conveying your experiences over the weekend. All right, well, let's go to another one from Leanna. This is message number 2.
Okay, hi guys. I'm glad to be on here again, and for this voice recording, I'm going to get right onto it. It's a film review, and it's little-known Canadian horror film, The Changeling, starring George C. Scott. So the plot is very simple as far as haunted house stories go. Man moves to a new house after the death of his wife and daughter, starts experiencing strange phenomenon that cannot be explained, and starts investigating as to why this is happening. But the execution and just the way that it's shot and the use of diegetic and non-diegetic music in this movie is incredible. George C. Scott is as impeccable as always. For once, he is not the grouch, he is not the stern authority figure. He is very much an amiable man, and a very famous amiable man as a composer, who is well liked by the people around him, and I believe that. I sympathize with this man, despite the well-worn trope of, oh yes, the man is going through trauma because of the death of his wife and child. Yes, because we don't have enough fridged women in media nowadays, or ever. But it actually didn't fixate on that too much for me. It actually took twists that I did not expect, and it has very well plotted, well paced scenes that build up dread and tension, even if you might have seen these in other films before. The way that George C. Scott reacts to this happening to them just sells it to me. Not to mention the actual way the director shoots these hauntings. It's incredibly disturbing. I love this film. I can't believe I had not heard of this film until this year, and I am very glad that I added it to my list of films to be seen this October. I will warn viewers that this movie is slow-paced, and it will take turns that you will not expect. So if you generally don't like slower-paced movies, if you don't like different takes on genre, because there is some moments of whodunit in this movie too, on top of just the general dread from the ghost sightings, maybe skip this one. But if you adore this kind of stuff, I really do recommend that you watch this. After all, Martin Scorsese claimed this to be one of the scariest movies he had ever seen before. Please watch it. It's an underrated classic, and it definitely deserves to be on your radar.
She's got some insight.
No, she's right. She's right. The Changeling is a fantastic film, and it's one of the top, one of the top 3 greatest haunted house movies ever made.
It's my number 1, I think.
It could, yeah. It's probably my number 1 too, right next to The Haunting. This movie is just absolutely fantastic.
Martin Scorsese, who that guy ever beat?
Yeah,
and what's also awesome, she almost pointed this out, was the camera tracking. The Steadicam is what I'm trying to say. The Steadicam camera work in this is absolutely frightening. It's amazing what Peter Medak was able to accomplish in this.
Yeah, it's a movie I haven't seen in a long time. I definitely would want to revisit soon.
Somebody call him Medak.
But she did a phenomenal job of reviewing that, as always. Last week I think she did The Fog, and she has a great way of just conveying.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Like what's going on without giving anything away and making it seem really interesting and exciting. So,
give her a job.
Kudos to you, Leanna, and
she stay out past 5.
And I realize, Jim, we're doing voicemails here. I don't know. I know it's getting a little late. I don't know if you're going to hang in or you need to get running.
I think you already ran.
Oh, shit. See, I never saw that Changeling. I saw the one with Angelina Jolie, but
yeah, not the same.
That was not good.
No, you got to see this Changeling. It's
boo,
dude. It is awesome.
Leanna says a movie that makes you scared of a ball in a wheelchair.
Yeah, it is a scary movie.
Cool.
Well, to be fair, Monster Zero's basement makes me afraid of a ball in a wheelchair.
Ms. M says you guys are fired. Leanna is the new Trick or Treat Radio.
Fair.
Raven J asks, is that the one where George Scott is watching his daughter in a pornographic film?
No.
Okay. That's what Leanna said no as well. All right, so
let's have Leanna and Aries have a show. That'd be some Elm Street kid shit right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We'll be a lot of one-sided conversation as we learn from outside.
All right.
Aries Light's not talking for hours.
I speak when needed.
Nice.
He's America's sweetheart.
He is America's sweetheart.
No, that ship sailed. We decided that last week.
Yeah, we did.
You decided.
I think Leanna decided.
All right, well, let's hear from... You guys want to hear from Slagoth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone who was with us this past weekend. Let's hear from the man.
My boy.
What's up, guys?
Listen to Jim Smith.
What can I say? This past weekend was an amazing experience for me. That I needed it, and first off, I have to thank Chris McGiven, because I don't know, he flew me up there out of the kindness of his heart. I don't understand it sometimes. I think he's an amazing person and a very, very kind human being for doing that, because I really needed this. And all I can tell you is that, getting off the plane and that cool air, it wasn't cold, but the cool air hit me, and I was back. I was back in New England. And what can I say? I mean, the trip itself, he kind of swept me away and took me to Salem, Mass, and we saw a premiere of Victor Crowley with the director, and of course, I got to meet Stephanie Wiley, and that was amazing. That was like the beginning of the trip, and then he took me to Castle Raven Shadow, which was a whole nother situation, which went long into the night, and the weekend began, and slowly I got to meet everyone, and you guys were like I've said before and posted and everything. It was like I'd been away for like 10 years from friends I hadn't seen, and that's what it felt like. It was like I'd never left or something. I don't know what to say. I mean, like everyone was like a family, that are friends that I hadn't seen in years, and the entire time I felt this way. I felt that comfortable with all of you, and I mean, what do I name everyone? It's hard to do that. I mean, it was like the end of Return of the Jedi and shit. I mean, that's what that was like. All the way till Sunday. Carando was like a brother that I hadn't seen, or a long lost brother. He was the real deal. I'll never forget, like walking into the bar, getting ready for the show, and he looks at me and he's like, "Jeremy, I'm going to buy the first round, and then you buy the next one." And I was like, "Let's do it." And then everyone started showing up, and Aries was like a fucking sentinel. There was a douchey guy that showed up on a motorcycle. I took a picture of his bike because I thought it looked cool. I was going to show my fucking southern friends down here because I thought it was a great bike. He told me he was Hell's Angel and that I should delete that, and walked in. He was shorter than me. You guys keep fucking talking about how short I was. I've told you this, but this guy was shorter than me. He got off his bike, said he was Hell's Angel. Aries was like, "The guy ain't fucking Hell's Angel. I'll fucking throw him off the building." It was amazing.
And he did.
Then I walk in, and like there's like everyone, slowly, like it was just like a little sips. I was taking shots of energy and everything. Teal got on there and blew my mind. Okay, I mean, I was dancing and jumping up and down. You guys saw me. I just wanted I hadn't done that in years. The energy, the love, everything. Seeing Mark from, and then like then it was Agent Nicole, and then it was everyone. It was amazing, and I can't even express. I mean, it literally took me like till today. I was actually ill. I mean, I got sick like at the end of the convention there. It was something, I caught something I got some con crud or something, I don't know. I held it together though. The drive to the airport was amazing because it was with Raven Shadow and Wolfenstein, and that was hilarious and fun. It just was amazing, and I got very emotional at the end of it all. I don't know what to say. I mean, you guys were all amazing. I mean, seeing Mars for the first time, and I hugged him, and I touched his face, and I'm like, dude, it's so good to see you. And yeah, I mean, I'm about to get emotional again, and like I said, seeing Stephanie and seeing everybody, in the flesh, and just like being there, and the whole thing. And then the late nights with Murph, / Noah, just fucking, he's a fucking animal, that dude. And hilarious, and we just roomed for 3 days, and Raven Shadow put up with it, and it was great. And he was an amazing host, and like I said, he was like a brother. I just a friend that I knew when I was young or something, and we just got in contact again. and being in New England and the whole thing. I was energized. Like, it was an amazing experience for me. And I love you guys. And I don't know, I feel like I got friends for life. So
You do, buddy.
just being with you.
Come on,
all of
Slick
you.
Off.
You all are amazing human beings. And I don't know what else to say. I know this is long and winded and everything, but I love you guys. And thank you so much for letting me be part of your world for a little while, because I really needed that in my life. And it's made an impact. It was truly love, light, and with a little sprinkle of darkness, in the wee hours of the morning. Ooh. And yeah, I slept maybe 2 hours each night, because that's my clock. When you have kids and you grow up and you watch them grow up, and you just kind of have this clock that doesn't let you sleep in. It's a rare thing. And I've been getting rest throughout the days. I get off work, and I came home. I got home. My flight was 1 o'clock in the morning. My buddy picked me up. It was 1:30. I got home, and I was up at work by like 7 o'clock on Monday, and that's how that worked out. And I was ill. I was sick, but I fought through it, and I'm feeling much better now.
Warrior.
You guys, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Seriously, for your kindness.
Pleasure was
everything.
all ours.
Thank you, Boo.
Yeah, dude.
You guys, Legoth, it was great to finally meet you in person. And it was awesome just spending the weekend with you and just looking over and seeing your face,
Yeah.
It was great, because I'd wake up and I would just hear like Slagoth talk on the phone to his people back home, or connecting in any conversations, and it was just really cool. If I hadn't said it already, Slagoth and Noah were great to hang with. We've said so many names already. I can just throw out too how awesome Serrana was hanging out at a booth. And
I was just about to say that, actually.
Some
Thank
of
you.
those the amazing giveaways that she had made.
Yeah,
That was unbelievable.
promoting.
She made these awesome little promotional candy bags. It's like a little bag with like 3 pieces of candy and an advertisement for the Wednesday night live show.
Yeah.
on Trick or Treat Radio. It was awesome.
It looked very professionally done too.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
She did an outstanding job at that.
Yeah, she did.
She probably got more listeners potentially for us than Johnny and I did at the booth.
What?
Yeah, that's probably true.
She stayed longer than MZ.
That's fair.
Oh shit, Reverend Scott's in the chat room now.
Oh,
My
by
boo.
the Lord.
Who?
Who's that guy?
Good to
him.
meet ya.
Yeah.
I knew who he was. Don't give me your shit.
Yeah, we showed you pictures earlier.
No, you didn't, you dick.
We have the dossier.
So no, Slegoth, fucking awesome, dude. It was great meeting you. I'm glad it helped out, recharge the batteries a little bit, and it was a fucking great time. So we got a couple more here. We got 2 more voicemail, and then I want to just kind of wind down. I know we didn't get enough time to talk about Rock and Chalk, but think about like a favorite moment or interaction or something like that over the weekend. And as we say our goodbyes, I want to kind of talk about that. So, but let's go to Leanna. And Leanna said, let me see if I can find. Ms. M said Slagoth just left a 25-minute voicemail and mentioned almost everyone.
Well, listen, to be fair, Ms. M, you weren't at my house for those fucking days. That's all I ever fucking talked about, okay? So, I know you didn't hear it, but trust me. Things were said in a positive way. It's very nice.
He did, actually,
Yeah,
Ms.
the
M.
ride home.
He didn't
The
shut
ride.
up about you.
Yeah.
He talked a lot about you and how amazing you are on stage and just how awesome you are. So he may not have said it in the voicemail, but if he knew you were going to be in the chat room, I'm sure he would have.
Yeah, that'd be a
He said it with his heart.
And Leanna says the third voice message for me is a little nerve-wracking because it's about last week's debate, and I didn't anticipate Aries being there.
No, this is awesome. I can't wait. Yeah.
And Reverend Scott says, I even got to meet Aries this time. He did.
Aries is pissed about that, though.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. He's not a big Reverend Scott fan, is what he was telling me Raven Shadow downstairs.
Oh, come on.
Isn't that what he said, Raven Shadow?
I think he doesn't like people.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got messed up.
He doesn't like anyone.
Reverend Scott wasn't a millennial, was he?
No.
Oh, shit. Ms. M says dedicated a song to that motherfucker.
Oh, I heard all about it, Ms. M. Listen,
Yeah.
it was a long fucking ride home. It was very nice. He said nice words.
All right, let's hear the last voice message from Leanna.
Nobody dedicates on to me.
Okay. this is probably the message you have all been waiting for in my response to the millennial derailment that happened last week. Well, first of all, I would like to directly address some of the complaints I heard from, admittedly, both Mars and Ares. Ares was obviously more volatile about this, and he was also pretty drunk. And Mars was naked and also probably drunk. Specifically stating that millennials are dumb, they know no culture, they're entitled, lazy, and they make up illnesses to explain things that happened in the past. Well, I would like to first of all share this quote. This quote states, "The children now love luxury. They have bad manners, contempt for authority. They show disrespect for elders, and love chatter in place of exercise." This quote is from the famed philosopher Socrates. As I said before, older generations, at least a few of them, will always show some contempt for youngsters. It's old. It is old. In the 18th century and the 19th century, men of great acclaim and great intelligence claimed that novels were becoming bad for young people, and especially young women, because they spent all their time reading these novels. And for young women especially, they doubted that they would be able to tell fiction from reality, which in itself became a subject of satire in many satirical novels, such as Northanger Abbey by the beloved Jane Austen. So, listen, it's always going to... These complaints are not new. It's just something that always happens to us. Just always. And of course, there will always be exceptions to old people hating us, just as there is just as there are exceptions to millennials being stupid or entitled or whiny or complacent. That is just how humanity works. That's just how humanity works. Humans are individuals and groups. That's just how our brains work, too.
I feel like
we are taught to believe this way about certain people. This isn't something that we're born with. It's something we're taught and that we learn. And I think it is very important for both sides equally to unpack and discern exactly what our opinions of other people are.
I see Aries getting a rebuttal.
Well, I don't have the luxury of preparing and writing down and then being able to read.
She sent this. No. She sent that right after the show ended. Literally within like 15 minutes.
Okay, well then she is a fast writer. Because you could hear her stutter and then...
No, I think she was just being thoughtful.
No.
It was the emotionality trying to convey.
Okay, no. Because like I'm not looking for a fight. But I have 3 points. Okay. 1, I love that she compares me to Socrates. Thank you.
That's so great.
So great.
Be excellent to each other.
Second, out of all the insults that she says I made, the only one I did say was entitled. Never claimed stupidity or anything else that she said. I said, no, entitled. That was the only one that I said.
I said I hate all stupid people if you go back and listen. I hate stupid
Okay, well, that
old
was you.
people,
That was
stupid
you.
young people, stupid middling people.
Yeah. And my third point is, I do hate everyone.
Right.
That is fair.
I do find ways to group them into hating them. Millennials is just a convenient way of hating the youth. I hate baby boomers. I hate Gen X, and I'm part of Gen X. I hate everyone. I will find whatever reason I can to hate you. I am sorry if that annoys anyone. Deal with it.
Wow.
And that's why you retain title of America's Sweetheart, 'cause you know how to apologize like a grown-up, and it's very nice.
I have from the poet laureate known as the Limousines. The kids are disco dancing. They're tired of rock and roll. I try to tell them, hey, your drum machine ain't got no soul. But they don't want to listen. They think they've heard it all. They trade those guitars in for drum machines and disco balls. Internet killed the video star.
Oh, shit.
Balls.
Yeah, no, I think I was getting lumped in there because I didn't say I hated millennials. I said I hate everyone. No, I do hate
You have
young
said
people.
specifically millennials.
Yeah,
though,
no, I
before.
do hate it. Like, I've actually tried to make a gas that would specifically take them out.
Whoa.
Jesus
That's not
Christ,
a
All right,
good
Hitler. Jesus Christ, Hitler.
Whoa.
God damn.
Wow.
Dynamo Hitler over here.
No, Hitler didn't mind young people. No.
Adolf Mars.
Yeah, well, he had the youth behind him.
Yeah, I feel a lot more tolerant now that I don't have to work with young people, though. It was really tough to work with young people for a
I'll
while.
tell you, it's tough to work with young people today.
It was really hard. In some cases, it was easy on the eyes, but really hard on my ears. So
we got two more Raymond J drawings that I didn't even notice.
I got one.
Yeah. All right. Let me get this one ready here.
I can't even tell what that is.
Oh, just some blacker inks, dude. That's fucking awesome, I think, from what I'm looking at.
This one it's Chucky walking away from the table, and it says, "I guess I'll go home."
Oh,
Good.
come back, Chucky.
Oh.
Chucky, come back.
Come back,
No,
Chuck.
Come back.
No, go away.
We're sorry. We'll buy you a kid's meal.
He's a fucking millennial.
So he's a millennial. What's after millennials? Just babies?
nothing with the way the country's going. Economic
All right,
collapse.
what is this? What is this?
I think Nosferatu is attacking
You, I think.
Mars, I think.
No, glasses.
No, but I'm making an ash ring around him like Constantine. I'm conjuring a spell.
Yeah, it's good. You saved my life.
He's like, I got you, partner.
Yep.
The partner.
He saved me.
I'm just happy I'm not getting picked on in the drawings anymore.
You look really tough on that toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As tough as a guy taking a deuce can.
You look angry like.
Oh,
like
drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I don't-
angry deuce. That was
with Chucky flying
shit
out of
was
your
hurting.
beard.
Yeah.
And I don't think all young people are bad. Just all the ones I met. Most of the ones I met.
This is good. I like this little sequential story here.
Yeah, right?
I got to talk to Raven J. I got a script.
See, you told the whole story there. That's that's
I got you, partner.
You know what? I want him to draw a nice photo of me so I can use it on Facebook.
You gotta
Oh,
you gotta
open
earn
the
it.
flood-
Well,
Yeah.
What do I gotta
First
do?
of all, you got to use Facebook.
Well, you gotta earn. You gotta earn it.
I got to change my photo from like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think you were playing playing bass on it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a gray hair in my beard.
See, now we got one of our listeners all bent out of shape because of the terrible things you said about millennials.
Yeah.
She'll get over it.
You should be more like me, diplomatic.
Yeah. Diplodocus.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just prefer to be honest.
I'm very honest.
You can't be honest and diplomatic at the same time.
I can. Wait till I'm done with my death ray.
Ms. M says Aries does hate everyone.
It's true.
And Lana says that's not a very healthy outlook, Aries.
No, it's
Sure.
not, is it? It's not.
But Miss M, I love you, and you're a millennial.
Ms. M says I mic checked with fucking Shakespeare.
It's true. I remember that. I heard it.
Yeah, he was the opening act, wasn't
Yeah.
And Leanna says nice job, millennial Andrew Jackson.
Nice.
Jesus. And she says, add in dialogue bubble of Harvey Weinstein, Raven Shadow smoking a cig. Meanwhile, Aries is taking a shit.
Wow. That's
said that?
I think I'm gonna drop that from my subscription.
Oh, and Raven Chase says, I got you, Aries, next week.
Ooh, you got to come
great.
back, dude.
And Leanna says, draw Aries as Socrates. Of course,
Socrates.
you can be honest and diplomatic.
Yeah, you can. See, she's a smart lady. I'm surprised she didn't hate me because I said I was gonna wipe out everyone in her age group. But
She must have missed that.
that's good. Thank you. But no, I would save her. I can save certain people, and I'm also gonna. I mostly just want to take care. If I could somehow do something to take care of all the stupid people, that's what I'm looking to do.
Yes.
Who determines what's stupid?
Me.
The committee.
Yeah, the committee.
What's the committee?
Me,
Yeah.
Aries.
Just me.
No. Aries will want everyone dead except himself.
I'd have the whole planet to myself.
Right.
Well, we know we don't have to worry about Miss M. She's very smart. No, like I don't know. Like I have some like relatives, like some what are they called? In-laws? No, or well, I don't know what they're called, but they'd be fucking gone, and then most of those kids I worked with would be fucking out of here.
All right, let's play our last voicemail. And this is from someone else we saw this weekend. Unfortunately, didn't get to spend nearly enough time with.
David Lee Roth.
And that would be a Joshua Libre.
Oh, dope.
Yo, what's up, Trick or Treat Radio? Joshua Libre here. Just want to send in some quick thoughts on the amazing weekend that was at Rock and Shock convention. It was great seeing Mars and Johnny again, from Long Beach to Worcester. You guys are doing it coast to coast. It was great to meet Monster Zero and Michael Ravenshadow for the first time in person.
Babaleo.
It was awesome. So I've finally now have met the whole Trick or Treat Radio crew in person, which is awesome. Man, I was so lucky. I mean, Ravenshadow got me a drink at a pub. I mean, how cool is that?
And he ratted you out.
We had to chug it, but it was still good and it was still great. But yeah, it was just a great weekend. It was definitely the best Friday the 13th I've ever had. Got to see the Deadites live at the Cove Music Hall. That was such an awesome show. I was like blown away by just everything, the whole show. It's not just the music, it's a whole experience seeing it live. Even Teal was awesome. Like the opening, I don't know if they were the opening or the band right before the Deadites, but Teal was awesome. I'm definitely gonna check out their music now. So it was a great show. Seeing both bands, but to see Mars in his element and just owning the stage, it was just awesome. It was great to see. But yeah, it was just great to meet all these other people at the convention. Slagoth was there. Meeting Corando and Jared Blankhorn, like so many people. It was so cool to meet so many people in one spot, and it wouldn't have been a Friday the 13th without Jason, aka the Reverend Scott, who is the man. I can say that I've slept in the same room as Reverend Scott, which is pretty cool. I survived the night with Jason. But yeah, it was a pretty great Friday the 13th. And I was super excited to see the Mars and Johnny on the panel for the documentary Survival of the Film Freaks. Can't wait to see the whole thing. I know it's a little ways off till next year, but it was great to see the promo with Mars and Johnny there. But yeah, it was such an amazing weekend. Had so much fun. Can't wait to go out there again. And just want to outro with a little music by Gangstar. A little song called Mass Appeal. Mass, Massachusetts.
I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, before I go, I just want to send in a quick shout out to my girl out there in Orange County. Joanna, yo, what up, girl? Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's a little Mass Appeal by Gangstar. Thank you guys for the time. Have a great show and talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right.
So Joshua Libre has to be a millennial, pretty close, right?
He's safe.
Yeah, well, I was playing grab ass with that guy on two coasts, so
Yeah.
I don't hate all millennials.
I actually don't even know how old Joshua Libre is.
He's ageless, probably 48.
Yeah. 48.
You know who we didn't get to mention because I was waiting to talk about it with Miss Matrix, but the phone didn't go?
Yeah.
The debut of Mimi Van Helsing. How fucking cool was that?
Yeah.
She sounded incredible.
Yeah, there was a comment. It was on YouTube. That's where it was, and it was from Sarana. Is listening on YouTube apparently.
Yes.
And first of all, she said, "Fuck Woody Allen."
Yes.
Rightfully so.
Yep.
And
Well,
then,
you can, Sarana. You're not related to him, and you're of age.
and secondly, she says Nikki should be a regular member of the Deadites. She was a perfect fit. To quote Slagoth, "You guys were on fire."
See?
Thank you. It's not up to me.
So thank you, Sarana.
Yeah. Listen, folks. It's super super easy for a schmuck like me when the band is so good. And that was standing behind, in my opinion, the best band at the world firing on all cylinders. So I'm just a fucking drunk slub. So thank you very much for all the kind words.
And so, yeah, Josh, just real quick, Joshua Libre, thanks, buddy. It was awesome seeing you again. I feel like we didn't really get much time.
I know. I love him so much.
And I felt really bad, but I know you were hanging out with the OTC guys as well. So, glad you had a good time, and I appreciate you calling in and letting us know. And, it's always so hard when there's so many people around to be able to try to spend time with everyone. But no, just seeing you made me fucking smile and happy,
Yeah.
So it was awesome, man. And Raven J has a nice question that rolls right into something I was just going to ask Dynamo about. He says, hey, quick question, guys. Did you guys pick up any DVDs or cool shit at Rock and Shock?
I did. I picked up, I'll do it super quick. I picked up a fucking bunch of cool shit. I'll pass it to Wolfie as I go.
Yep. While you get it ready, Reverend Scott says, I'm so glad I got to finally see a Deadeye show. You guys killed it, especially because I was recognized as the #1 Phil Collins fan. And Ms. M says, sweet dreams, boys and girls. Time for my beauty rest.
Night, Ms. M.
So first, my boy Slagoth got me these. He knows I'm a fan of the pulps, and specifically the 70s versions. He got me these cool fucking Tarzan books with I forget the artist now who's on there.
Neil Adams.
Yeah. I bet Chromecast Josh would dig these.
I bet. Those are awesome.
So we'll get some Tarzan.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to take a look at these?
I hit Roughhouse like a fucking train crash.
So we got some roughhousing going on here. We got Gate to Hell. We got
my lord,
Zombie. Some good shit. Oh, I see boobs on the back.
That's hence the oh my lord.
Yep.
To the bar of soap.
Kevin Barbary, Andy Christ got me these cool cards. They're basically playing cards with horror icons on them.
Can I open it, Mars?
Yeah,
okay. I just didn't know if it had been opened or not yet. Okay, so we got playing cards. Oh, I see. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Alien, The Fly, 28 Days Later. So, yeah, that's cool. Just a deck of playing cards with some horror icons.
My boy Mike Baronis hooked me up with this business right here. So thank you very much, Mike. I heard El Goro mention it on his
it's Dark Waters
31 Days last year, and had to make it happen. So.
Yep, Blu-ray of Dark Waters from Severin Films.
And I hit up my favorite DVD boutique and spent all my Deadites money.
So there is Innocent Blood, and where was it, Mars? Was it Diabolic?
Diabolic, yeah.
So we got Innocent Blood. We got The Void on Blu-ray.
I literally bought The Void because they were having a hard time making change. So I was just like, just give me another one.
Woo, Rawhead Rex.
Yeah.
Look at that cover.
Whoa. Yep. Really? I'm going to watch him pee on priests all day.
John Carpenter's The Fog is reviewed by Liana last week.
Yeah, that was part of the prompting of me getting it, remembering how much I loved it. And I wanted to get one of the steel books.
It is a steel book.
And that was the one I didn't have. That was like the John Carpenter film I didn't have yet.
And Trick or Treat Radio Classic.
Yeah.
Miami Connection.
Yep. There you go. And it's cool because if you go on Amazon, those are selling for buco dollars.
Really?
But they must have found a box or something because they hadn't had it in a while. And then the movie I actually talked about on Survival of the Film Freaks.
Oh, yeah. The Sword and the Sorcerer.
All right. I seldom buy bootlegs.
In stereo.
I was excited to just sit down and watch that one.
Nice.
Saved myself a little bandwidth, if nothing else, actually.
Cecil says Weinstein. What the hell? I don't know what that was in reference to. Leanna says, love the cover art. I don't know which one, but I'm sure it was...
Either Fog or Rawhead, I suspect.
Maybe, yeah. Bosch says, what is this GGTMC hall bullshit? What? Leanna says, am I the only one that didn't like The Void? Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
She might be.
Raven J says, yes, Miami Connection. Oh, Bosch says, I wasn't too impressed either, Liana.
Nobody's perfect, Bosch.
And Raven J says, and maybe I haven't seen The Void. Awesome. Well, that's a fucking amazing haul there, Mars.
Yeah, I know, and I got to thank Tiny because I was, really happy to get a little bit of money to, be able to do some stuff because I literally didn't have, any ducats, and Tiny pretty much came over to me with his payout and said, have a good time tomorrow. So,
yeah, that's pretty awesome. So we got some good shit there. So, anyone else? Was there anything else anyone bought or? I guess we'll do favorite moments now. I guess I wanted to talk a little bit more about it, but we got to wind things down. It's getting long in the tooth here. Reverend Scott says, "Damn, I missed that Miami Connection Blue. I got mine back in the day from Draft House when it was the first one on sale there.
Yeah, I still need that. I need the poster too, and I want that fucking Dragon Sound T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
I got a poster.
Got to have it.
Yeah,
I got the poster too. I actually brought some frames here. And I just need to find where the poster is. I think it's at my place. So I'm going to bring the Miami Connection poster. I want to hang it in the studio.
Nice, yeah.
So, all right. Well, I guess let's... I
have one if that's what we're waiting for.
You know what? Real quick, tweets. We got a couple tweets this week, so I just want to talk about them real quick.
Give us your tweets.
They were mostly in regard to Rock and Shock. But let's see. Oh, we did get one from Hanma is Talking, which his Twitter handle is Bacon Soda is Good.
Yes.
But Hanma is Talking. He says, Raven Shadow unmasked.
What?
And can you see this GIF here, Raven Shadow? It's a GIF of El Generico smoking and coughing.
Oh shit!
So I think he's wondering if that's you.
No, because I don't cough. I smoke a pack a day. I don't cough like that.
Olay, 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 olay.
So we got some tweets from Drive-In Horror Show about Michael Neal, Greg Anson, and Jasper Tales.
Jasper Tales spinning my head around.
And Dread, the Twitter handle is Dread Patrol. I think it's a band. King Synth is what it says. King Synth. I don't know if that's a genre. But anyways, it says, I was wondering something. If a monster was made of booze, would you drink the monster?
No, I'd kill it. And then feed
Yes.
it to Raven Shadow.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some different answers here.
I just drink it.
You wouldn't kill it first.
What if it hurt your body?
What
on the
fun is
inside?
that?
Yeah, what if it hurt your body?
It's booze. How could it hurt?
It's got monster powers. It's monster booze.
And
Okay.
Raider of Horror tweeted out a picture of the Survival of the Film Freaks panel. I don't know if you saw that, Mars.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
It's a bunch
you,
of ugly
me,
dudes.
Andrew Lannon, and Bill by Force.
Except for her, she's a very attractive.
She's like a
dude.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, like, yeah, she like is such just a class act up and down. I love her.
Yeah. And I tweeted out and just said how we had such a great time and named a few of the folks that we hung out with and spent some time with. And Reverend Scott was one of those folks. And I said, such an incredible time at Rock and Shock with friends from all over. And then Reverend Scott says, it's never enough time.
Never ever.
And then he says, we'll know better and go to the land of the Stadium Burger next time.
Yeah, we should all start on Thursday next year, like me and
Pre-game?
Noah and Raven Shadow did.
Yeah, exactly. That's the move.
Yeah, except me and Raven Shadow got like
I was there.
Johnny ate healthily, but me and Raven Shadow got sick.
I didn't
on
really.
that.
Yeah,
I didn't really eat healthy,
Yeah.
but
Compared to what Mars
not as
and,
bad.
and-
Yeah, it's bad.
And Murph and I ate.
I was like one big poo stick.
Oh yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah, it was bad.
I think Murph said he that was a bad idea too.
Yeah, I ate like 22 of those things.
The pot stickers. We had the Fridays for
All you can eat apps.
Yeah. There's a reason why they give you a little bit to start off your meal.
Yeah.
And not to go like infinity plus infinity.
Right. All right, well, let's go around. Aries, you're at Rock and Shock, and you're also at the Trick or Treat Radio Masquerade Extravaganza. Did you have a favorite moment or something you wanted to mention?
Going home. Not talking to people.
Drinking whiskey.
Punching a millennial.
Being upset people recognize me.
Yeah. No, go ahead. So you got go.
No, I was just about to deny punching a millennial, but that kind of happened.
You punched your son?
No, the douchebag with the Spider-Man.
Yeah, what happened there? That's a fucking story. The guy that walked in, shanghaied Beaver McDee's Spider-Man doll.
Yeah. Well, then he came back, and I enticed
Fabio Frizzi.
yeah, to steal it back, and I knew what was going to happen. Fabio didn't. He was really shocked when the guy wanted to beat him up.
Oh, you?
Yes.
You're a son of a bitch.
No. I protected him.
Aries is hosting a millennial fight club.
I protected him. The guy never laid a hand on him.
First rule of Fight Club: don't be over 27.
First you hit the millennials, then you protect the millennials. Pick a side.
I know.
Well, I like Fabio, so.
He looks good too.
No. I mean, nothing jumps out at me as being a favorite point. But let me just apologize to anyone I may have offended throughout the course of the weekend by sneaking out early for dinner or not saying goodbye to anyone.
That was me. I was one of them.
Although Aries, you did come by and say, "Hey, those guys can't say I didn't try."
Oh yeah, on Sunday
you did come by to say.
I tried to come by on Sunday.
Bye to Mars and Raven Shadow. Apparently, you ran into Raven Shadow though.
We did.
Coming out of the can. He knows where to find me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was going in, you were coming out. It's like the old days.
So I mean, no, don't take anything personal. My own personality. I know when I'm going to blow up, and I need to walk away. So
it's been a long 20 years.
That's right. I'm only 20 years old.
That's true.
And just to think, Aries used to play soccer with Raven Shadow.
That's true.
It scared the shit out of you back then.
No, my mom was scared. Like, he's too big to be on that team. He's on my team, Mom. Still. What's on his shin guards? Sex Pistols, what?
Anarchy.
Oh,
All right, MZ. Anything?
Well, despite,
That's squash.
That was a squash, dude.
The chicken cacciatore.
My weekend was rather truncated by a couple of personal issues that I had to deal with. But in the time that I was there, I did have a ball. I had a blast at the show and at the con. And if I had to pick my favorite moment, it was finally getting to meet Karando Mitsutaki at the show. We hung out for a while, and we hung out even more at the con. So he's a wicked awesome guy too. Very, he talks to you like you're like you're a regular person, and he's just really down to earth, very cool, very intelligent, and I look forward to meeting him again one day.
All right, say goodbyes.
Arrivederci, douchebag.
Raven Shadow.
So many countless things that I can't possibly count them all, but I think for my money, it was Friday the 13th. It was the going to the con and kind of like everyone just kind of assembling, all the folks that were at Rock and Shock proper, and then kind of the goal, the kind of fellowship that was formed to walk from the convention to the Rock Club. And that was a great, group. It was myself, Karando, Murph, and Slay Goth, and I think Alicia was with. No, Alicia drove with Wiley and Ashes. Oh, Patsy was with us. Patsy Rahal was there, and it was just really, really cool how and everyone going to the club, and then everyone just being there from the bands to the friends, and I just loved that whole night, which culminated with the fellowship walking Karando back to his hotel, and it just was really, really cool. That was the best part of it, and it's very rare that a Deadite show falls on the first day of Rock and Shock, so I thought that was it's been a while, at least. It's been a while that I can remember, but it was super dope all around. Karando, you're the dude. Gonna give you smooches next time I see you.
Smoochy boochie.
But no, everyone, if I forgot your name and if I remember your name, thank you.
And your goodbye.
Oh, live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
All right, Mars Man.
So I was talking to Kyle at the Film Freaks booth.
Kyle Cook.
Kyle, big dude, yeah, awesome.
And I just looked up, and
Bill?
this was my special lady friend's first weekend out since she had gotten ill. And just seeing like everyone like spending time with her, and not that I'm surprised, everybody loves her and all, but just to see the joy that her return to kind of being around everybody and everybody spending time with her gave her is something that's going to stick with me a long time. So I thank everybody for that.
All right. Why don't you say goodbye?
And I fucked up, by the way, because I can't read. The Haunted Speakeasy is October 20th at 8 p.m. And there's still some $70 tickets left, but you can get some fucking awesome stuff for $70. So my catchphrase is I hate millennials. Remember, children, where we go, there you are.
All right. And for me, this is so hard. I like literally everybody I talked with, literally everyone I spent time with. Like, I want to thank all those folks. I don't want to leave anyone out, and I know if I start naming names, it just happens. I'll forget someone. So, if I spent time with you, if I talked to you at all during the weekend, you're included in this. But one of my favorite moments was, and it was a negative that turned to a positive, because there was supposed to be a bunch of us all go out to eat on Saturday night. We had been planning this dinner, I literally made a fucking schedule and planned a dinner with all of us, you know. And it turned out that I wasn't able to sit with my table.
Don't be diplomatic, because we got invaded by some people who we weren't.
Some people who weren't supposed to be there were there. And by the way, Raven Shadow did a mostly good job of getting the table.
Yeah, he should have told those people fuck off.
Yeah,
it was already
happening.
happening.
To fuck off.
I was already in my
So anyways, Karando was playing Karate Kill, and so we put our bags down to save seats for all of us. Went back to the convention. Me and T-Dog went back to go pick up Karando. And then Josh was there, and he wanted to come along too. So I figured one other person's not a big deal. We can fit that person. So 4 of us came back. There wasn't enough room because someone had sat in our seats, and so there just wasn't enough room. So we had to get our own table. I was really bummed out, and Karando was especially bummed out because he wanted to hang out with you guys. He was like, can we just go get Trick or Treat Radio and get another table? He's like, I came here to see you guys. I want to hang out with you guys. He was bummed out about that, rightfully so, and I was bummed out as well. But so that situation sucked, but we turned it into, we just had a fucking amazing conversation. Me, Josh, T-Dog, and Karando. We talked about cultural differences between Korean films and Japanese films, and just all about these great filmmakers and filmmaking, and it just was really cool. And T-Dog's not a huge cinephile. You know, she likes films, but doesn't get into them the way that some of us do. But she felt inspired after talking to Karando about film, and she was really excited to go watch the rest of his films. And it just was a really cool moment, and it just was awesome just being able to spend some time just shooting the breeze with Karando. And you know, I know a couple other people had mentioned Karando. I don't want to keep harping on him, but he's such a nice dude, and it just was such a pleasure to have him out here. But literally, and the other thing I wanted to mention was being next to Survival of the Film Freaks.
Yeah.
The whole weekend, having those guys with us and their crew. It was Bill, Kyle, it was Reverend Scott, it was Joshua Libre. That was kind of like their crew. And of course some other people, and Bill's wife Melissa and their son Travis and a bunch of other folks were there. So that whole dynamic was really awesome. And then we're also on the other side of us was the Cove Music Hall. So we had great neighbors. We had tons of people hanging out. Blinks came by on Sunday, hang out with us pretty much all day. It was fucking awesome. The whole entire weekend was amazing. The show on Friday, the Deadite show, Teal, everything. And by the way, we lost Jim a little while ago. We were so involved in stuff that, but I'm sure Jim would definitely say his goodbyes to everyone. And it was great just being able to see Jim as well. So, and then I keep thinking of things. See, this is the problem. The other thing was Tim Capello. Raven Shadow and I got our picture taken with Tim Capello, the sax player from the Lost Boys. The I Still Believe scene. MZ doesn't know, but we got to meet Tim Capello, and he was a fucking hoot, man. This dude was awesome, so awesome. And we got our picture taken. He was just shooting the breeze with us. Such a nice guy. Really, really cool. So there was so many great things, and obviously we have a lot of people to thank. I want to thank Kevin Barbary for helping to put everything together, and for putting on a phenomenal show, and also Mike Welch, who basically was the dude behind all the vendors. He did a flawless job and made sure everyone was taken care of. So I'm just going to stop there because I could go on and on and on. And it just was an amazing weekend. And next year we're going to get some dates early, like really early. We want a huge contingency of you folks out there. So put on your calendar right now, tentatively put somewhere in October. It's probably in the middle of October, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll find the definite date when it's official and let you guys know. But next year, let's have a fucking party. Let's have the party of all parties, okay? We'll let you know with as much time as we can. We'll also try to book a Deadite show that weekend if we can and get everything squared away so you have plenty of time to plan and prepare. Start saving now. Even if you save like a fucking couple bucks a week, you can make it happen if you guys want to come. That is.
Get a bank, bring it to the Coin Star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Get a couple of banks.
So we want to see a lot of you dudes and
also the sooner
ladies.
you book things, the cheaper it is usually. So
yep, you book in advance. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it. We got to wrap this shit up. So thank you, everyone. Next week, I don't know if we're going to have a guest. We may have a guest, but next week we are going to be reviewing Brawl in Cell Block 99, the latest film from S. Craig Zeller. Should be a great time. And thanks to Aries for coming in. Thanks to Jim Smith for hanging out with us for a while. And thanks to Ms. M for attempting to get on the air. And unfortunately it didn't work out, but she was hanging out in spirit in the chat room. So good time had by all. So thank you guys so much. It was a great show. And we will see you next week for episode 274.